Hello, everyone. Hello, greetings, welcome. How are you all doing? I hope everyone is fine and dandy this lovely midsummer day, although it's June, which is not midsummer, but we're getting there. Like, I think we actually need to be like early July, I think is when midsummer's happening. I believe. So, you know, it is that moment, and I am happy to have you all here for our current episode of Midsummer Mysteries. Thank you. I realize that I don't have the chat up, so chat, I can't see you chatting with me, and I'm so distressed. So I'm as we're speaking, what do you call it? I'm vamping a little bit so I can get chat up because I want to see all of your lovely faces because I care about you, chat. So thank you for being here. This is episode 5 of 6 of our novella, and I am very excited to see where this is going to go. And I want to say thank everybody here who's been hanging out in Discord, chatting with us. I think this will be very lovely. Let me see. What do I want to tell you all? I want to say thank you for being here. Join our Discord. We have one. You should join it. It is lovely. You can catch our podcast at tablestory.tv/Midsummer Mysteries. Mm-hmm. Also, if you like, you can, we have a new watch
along.
Watch along. Thank you. It was like, there's a word. A new watch along method that was created by one of our amazing mods. And so now if you want to watch along with people, you can, and people coordinate that over on the Discord, so go hang out in the Discord. There's also a really great wiki which has cool information which you can appreciate. There's a Patreon, which I assume is Table Story, which you can hang out at, which helps this channel put on these shows, and that's a really big deal, so thank you. I believe... Oh no, sorry. There's one more thing I really need to say. It's actually really important, and I can't believe I have not said this earlier. Something really distressing is going to happen tomorrow. Something ungodly is what I was told.
Well done!
That was good.
That was so good.
I want us to do our big all real intros, but before the real intros, PB, could you just say something about ungodly, because I hear you're involved.
Yes, I'm very, very excited for it. It's like a lot of the comments have been Monty Python in hell, and yeah, that's pretty much what we're going for. So if you want absurd comedy, then please stop by tomorrow, 3 p.m. Yeah, I'm very, very excited.
And also, PB is an amazing GM. And
yes, I'm GMing it.
Way to bury the lead. PB is an amazing GM.
Like, just stop talking about me.
No, I'm gonna keep talking about you. You don't know. PB is a great game designer, GM, all that goodness. So definitely be there tomorrow, 2 p.m. and
3 p.m.
3 p.m. Eastern, and be there or be square. And you don't want to be square because who wants that? Who wants that? So, without further ado, let us begin. And I believe if we're going to begin, I need the GM, the Gossip Meister's pipe to find out, how everyone is doing, because I heard that there was quite a bit of ruckus last time. Well, I don't know. I mean, I've just been waiting about in the ballroom. Well, at least the ballroom in the main floor, just enjoying myself. There was this professor who was running about. Ooh, seemed a bit of a ninny, actually, a bit of a nincompoop. It didn't seem very interesting at all. As a matter of fact, there was Kalechi, Dr. Abara, I think. You were quite impressive. Everybody's been speaking about you in the estate. Tell me, if you don't mind, how was it? What was last week like for you? What happened?
Well, I believe I had a small bit of a debate, I suppose. It wasn't really much of a debate with a man named Kelly, I believe.
Yeah, it's
Didn't
Professor
catch his
Keller.
first name. Oh yes, he's a professor. That slipped my mind. Yes, he seems to have really interesting and incorrect ideas about why the clockwork was breaking down.
Yeah.
So I just shared my theories and calculations, and I guess debunked his theories and hypotheses for why it was breaking down. and Jen, I guess, went about my way. It was honestly, I would not have done that if I knew he studied philosophy. I assumed that he had studied something directly connected to the network, like an actual science. So that was on me, but...
Well, some would say that thinking about the clockwork is just as much philosophical or theological as it is scientific. Well, don't you think? I mean, what is life like, and how does order work in the world? It seems all that sort of thing.
Anything that can't be quantified with numbers, it's not really much of a study, in my opinion.
Oh.
It might be for other people, but I personally don't think it's enough to really predict what's going on with the clockwork.
Oh, I see. Well, apparently something's happening with the clockwork. Something distressing, probably. Now, if you don't mind, I did want to ask you a few questions, because I like to ask everyone a question at this moment. You've studied extensively. I was wondering, where did you get your schooling?
Depending on exactly what you're talking about. I've studied quite a bit in my time. I know a bit of alchemy, and I studied all of that back at home in Nigeria before I was brought here. But everything else I learned through either practice or the kindness of people who gave their time to teach me. So it was never anything official, but I think I'm doing just as well as people who did study at Cambridge.
Yes, it was Cambridge. Well, I have to say, if you keep up this way, I suspect a positive reputation might be in your future. Speaking of positive reputations, I heard Mr. Ward. I heard that the Viscount Bainbridge was quite impressed with you, that he's gotten a bit of a fondness for you, sort of out of the blue, sort of like magic, but I'm sure it was just because of your expertise in business. So how was the week for you?
Oh, yes. Hello, Gossip Meister. It is actually quite running well. Of course, we have always been a friendly competition between businessmen, as you see. Forgive me, I have a cold right now, and I do not want to expose you, of course, to
that's respectful. Wearing masks.
Elements.
Yes.
Wear your mask if you can. But yes, no, it was quite... He actually invited me to the hunt.
Wait, I'm sorry. There's not supposed to be a hunt. I heard that it was cancelled this year. There's going to be some sort of bicycle race instead.
Well, those who are graced in certain circles maybe not know, but Oh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I didn't mean to insinuate anything. Of course, you obviously knew about it.
Yes. Of course, I knew about this. I was probably invited. I just, I was very busy all day, just noting what was happening in the ballroom. I probably just didn't get my invitation.
Oh yes, but I get the grace to be in the present. Of course, just as businessmen like we are, do and talk about, and I think it is going to be quite exciting. But I do worry about the mistress.
Oh.
Happy wife is a happy home, they say.
That is true. Yes, it's an interesting thing. Speaking of the mistress, she was at dinner, and then she was gone. She sort of left early. I don't know if she was feeling well or not. Oh, the help told me that they saw her wandering about, but not doing the sort of things that one should do if one is the mistress of a house, greeting everyone and so forth. I imagine there's some such thing. I don't know. I heard there's some sort of... Well, look, they do call me Gossip Meister for a reason, and that is, well, I'm the Meister of all gossip, aren't I? So I was just... I heard there was some sort of domestic strife. I mean, I'm not wanting to spread gossip. Tilly?
I feel like... Yes.
Tilly?
Yes?
I did have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about any domestic strife between Lord and Lady Bainbridge, and actually also just how was your week?
Strife isn't the word I'd use. My week was great.
Oh, I have not seen you about.
Yeah, I had a little too much to drink, and I passed out on in one of the resting rooms, and I'm awake now though.
Yes.
Obviously.
I mean, it is said that you drink a lot. I mean, just
I
that
do.
That is what they say.
A lot.
Yes, yes. But everything's been well.
Not
for you?
suspicious at all. Like it's totally within the realm of Tillyisms that I would fall asleep,
No.
pass out on a couch somewhere.
That is true, and miss the entire dinner. I mean, people say that about you all the time.
Yep, all the time. It happens all the time.
Embarrassing, really. I don't.
Not for me.
Well, it's embarrassing for good society, if you know, know what. Maybe you. Well.
Oh, I know.
You know. So tell me something. Now, was there any other interesting revelations last week? I'm just wondering, because I heard some gossip, Upper East Siders, that perhaps...
What did you hear?
Oh, well, I heard that there was sort of affairs of the heart, perhaps. Alluded to. Some people were just, I don't know. I heard some of the help sort of tittering in the background about sort of feelings of, tender emotions, as it were.
There may have been some tender feelings exposed, but that is none of your business.
Well, you're not going to make my life as a gossip master very easy, will you? Well,
No, I won't.
fine. Let me ask you a question, if you don't mind. My question that I'd like to ask you is, if you I just do want to ask, if you could dance with anyone.
No, don't ask me this.
No, anyone at all at the estate. Anyone. If somebody could ask you to dance, or you could ask someone to dance, or you could just mutually dance with someone, would it be me? Or would it be someone else? I mean, really, it's just...
There is someone that could ask me to dance, and I would say yes. And yes, there is a someone.
Oh, is it me? The Gossip Meister? It's not. Well, that's fine. It's all right. But speaking of dancing, there is someone here who is, I find, quite nimble and dexterous and graceful. That might be our Nellie.
Nell.
Yes, Nell. Quite dexterous. Now, Nell, how has your week been?
You were amazing
Delightful.
last week, by the way, Nell.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to do my job, which is what I'm here to do, always and only.
to write novels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Part-time novelist. No.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So how was it?
Great chapter.
Yeah.
Lovely middle, beginning, and ending to that small chapter. And now we're working on the sequel.
Oh.
It's going to be very exciting. We have lots to do. Yes. It's going to be very thrilling.
I do wonder, are you concerned about, I don't know, any fallout from your writing adventures? You're writing some sort of adventure serial about thieving and stealing things, are you not?
Yes, imagine someone thieving and stealing. It's only what novels are made of. I'm not concerned at all. No, not in the slightest.
I do have a question for you, and I also have a question for Otto, which is a bit of a full circle, as it were. My question for you is about Otto, actually. How long have you known him? Where did you first meet? It seems like you seem to be good chums.
Well, I suppose you could say that Otto has known me since before I was me.
Well, that's an interesting way of putting it. Seems odd with Otto being like a well-known and well-respected industrialist, and you being a novelist who travels about the world. It's such an odd thing to think you two might know each other.
You're saying that there's no respect to be found in novelization?
No, I myself read the newspapers all the time, and sometimes the stories in them. Yes, I just thought it was a strange thing that you two might know each other. It's all right. Would you consider Otto one of your oldest friends?
Yes, indeed. In fact, I would consider Otto family.
Oh. Speaking of family, Otto, I did want to ask you a question. I wanted to wait till last, of course. You're a bit under the weather.
Oh, yes, very under the weather, sorry.
Might I ask, how are you feeling right now? I know that being a bit under the weather might leave you a bit exposed, and I've heard rumor that you might have gotten a bit of a wound, or a bit injured. I'm just wondering at this moment where we stand, which, if I recall correctly, which I do, because I'm the Gossipmeister, it is you, Kelechi, and Nell in your quarters, having been, spirited away quite quickly in a bit of a moment, and I wonder, well, how are you feeling right now?
To be very honest, I do not like to leave myself so weak in state as I am, but have you heard that there was an incident in the smoking room?
Well, it's getting about, isn't it? Yes.
Yes, and it was quite... Luckily, my good friend Kelechi got me out in time. I somehow received an injury.
Oh.
Really badly.
Oh.
On my wrist here.
Oh, that's bleeding.
Yes, I'm so very sorry. I do not mean to... I know silk is very hard to get blood stains out of.
Yes. I have to say, I'm worried. Look, I don't mean to speak out of turn, but I heard there was a Pontus event over there. Everything went chaotic. Well,
it was quite... yes, even Kelechi himself declared it was a Pontus event. And I didn't get under the table in time, unfortunately.
Oh, yes.
You know, as you know, the basic call is to duck under the table and huddle.
Cover, yes.
Yes, cover.
Yes. Well, if I recall correctly, as we draw back our curtain, I can imagine, if I remember, we have our heroes. It is evening, the before Midsummer's Eve. They have 24 hours of it to take care of their business. And the last we left, we had Otto with an interesting reveal, protected by our Nell, who was invisible to all, well, except for Kelechi. And Kelechi, they've all retired, as it were, briefly, to Otto's room, where he has some powders and materials with which to do a more permanent glamour. Well, also Nell has a mysterious jewel hidden about in a secret pocket. A jewel that is the heart of the Queen of the Fae, Queen Mab. Well, something that only she, well, at least certain, let us put, changeling types and those cannot touch without injury, as we learned. And they are there. The room itself downstairs has been made all sorts of chaotic. Well, the walking stick is missing its jewel. That's going to be discovered at some point in time. People have been injured. It's all sorts of who knows what. Oh, I suppose I should mention that in that room was a bunch of fellows. The Viscount, his son Natty, which is his nickname, of course. His name is Nathaniel, but he goes by Natty because he's rich, and rich people like to have silly nicknames. It's what you do. And they were sort of trying to conspire and get this fox hunt going. And then, of course, there was Tilly, who, if I remember correctly, was impersonating the Queen of the Fae, and she, well, quite scandalously, excuse me, this is a little... She unbuttoned one of her opera gloves, and she showed a bit of her wrist. I know, it's a lot. To the Viscount, in a bit of a flirtatious thing, wasn't it? And, well, she sort of lured the Viscount away, but it wasn't actually her. It was a glamour, and it won't be long before the Viscount realizes that he's been, well, duped. Duped, I say. So, let us begin with our trio, who are going to need Tilly sometime soon. And this is because I care about PB, and I know that she wants a little bit of a moment to assemble herself after that very traumatic moment where she had her first kiss with the grody Viscount, all grodiness of him. So, yes, so you three, back in the room. I open the curtain and leave you there. By the way, the wound that Otto has is bubbling. It's looking distressing. And for those of you in the audience who wish to know, Otto has a wound which gives a -2 to all of Otto's endeavors. And is not doing well. It's looking unsanitary and painful and, you know,
Pustulant.
not good. Yes, pustulant, indeed.
Love that word.
Give me a second. Just it's right. Give me a moment and
Looking quite bad.
Do you,
it's okay. It's not as bad as my face right now. That's the more important thing, at least to me. Give me a second. I just need to.
Kalechi, do you know how to? Do you have any experience with? Well, you're a scientist. Do you have any experience with? Are you a doctor? Can you do doctory things?
doctor? Yes, I can. I know a bit of medicine. I practice on my medicine. I've needed to with some of the things I've been working on. Otto, do you mind if I?
First thing, do I look correct now? Do I look right?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
I suppose, is that how you would like to look?
No one ever actually asked me that question before.
Well, why else would you want to appear in a different way? Is that how you would like to look? If it is, then yes, you look perfect.
Thank you. And yes. You know, I used to wear it just to. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just this.
We can
bothers
talk
me
while
too
I.
much.
We can talk while I help you out. And I'm gonna take Otto's hand and start performing some medicine. And probably like a satchel that he pulls out bits and bobs of drugs and rubs to help sort this out.
I mean,
I need from you a draw. I need you to draw reason plus medicine, and
Yes.
Otto's wound penalty is a 2, so you need the difficulty is a 2.
Okay. Okay, that's good. It's more than a 2. Reason plus medicine is a 5 plus 1 is 6.
Oh, well then. That means you beat it by 4, which is a remarkable success. So you are able to wrap this wound up very, very quickly and well. Really just sort of bind it quite tight. And you can tell this is, looking at it, would you give me reason or focus plus mysteries?
Okay. And I think if anyone has practiced medicine or at least seen someone practicing medicine, they'll notice that this is very much like instead of like pulling out actual chemicals and medicines, you're pulling out herbs and stuff and like grinding them together. It's very old school. And would you say was focus and what?
And mysteries. Because mysteries will give you the, the supernatural sort of ways of thinking about things.
Okay, that's a 4.
Oh, not bad at all. Looking at this wound as you're treating it, you're sort of putting together your poultice, herbs. Can you tell me, I imagine you probably have like a mortar and pestle. Which herbs are you putting together? Tell me what you're thinking about as you notice that this wound is not natural, I think is the best way to put it.
I think, because I did not come prepared with actual herbs in mind, I think all of them are like ones that aren't in, like, they don't grow in the UK. A lot of them, he must have had them brought over from a various amount of different countries. I think like he initially pulls out some like really basic ones and then takes a closer look at this wound and realizes like, this isn't going to be enough, and puts them back and pulls out much more odd-looking ones that we definitely have not seen here in the UK, and starts grinding those together, making a paste, stuff like that.
And as you apply carefully, I think that your knowledge of non-traditional medicine that is also infused with knowledge of well, you're also an alchemist, you're a scientist, but you also have knowledge of things beyond what someone without a lot of imagination would have. And you note that probably, yes, you probably need a little bit more of this rather than this other thing. And as you lay this poultice on, you can see that it is a deep, deep... you work with fire, flame, hot things. It is as if someone took an extraordinarily white-hot piece of metal, perhaps, and carved a wound into his flesh. But it was just a gem. So this is... You feel like perhaps it's some sort of reaction to bloodlines, perhaps, or perhaps it could be a curse or some sort of bane. There are some sorts of magics that might do this, where they could make something a bane so that if you are of a certain type, you wouldn't be able to touch it, perhaps. So, like, there's clearly for you something magical in the ways. But that was a remarkable success because you beat it by 4. And so I will say that for... It will take about 3 days. You've stabilized this. It will not get worse. But it'll take about 3 days for this to heal naturally before this wound goes away. But you are so successful at treating this wound that the wound penalty will only be a -1 rather than a -2.
Okay, that should be good. Don't move that hand too much. You don't want to reopen that and like make it any worse. You might end up being left with a scar, but it shouldn't be too bad. I got to it in time. How are you feeling?
Much better, but it's still... Ooh. I mean, at least... Now, doesn't this remind you of our old tricks we used to play when we were younger?
Unfortunately so, yes. You always carried it well.
Yeah. I don't wish to relive those days, but... I mean, I'm sure it's cold. I mean, do I throw salt on it if it bubbles back up again?
Oh, probably shouldn't do that. I think that would make it a lot worse. It looks like it was, I guess, like a hot metal was run across your skin, but I know for a fact it wasn't. So it might be supernatural in nature. So I'm not entirely sure how well salt would work. If it gets worse again, just let me know and I'll see if I have anything left over to soothe that.
I'll be honest.
Seawater, maybe.
Water is good, especially if there's a newt in it.
If there's seawater that's been blessed, that might help. Holy seawater, it could soothe it. It would be a very temporary thing, but it would help.
I think, though, we do have to be careful, Nell. I think when you were taking that out, I think that stone is what...
Yes, well, she did say that no one was supposed to touch it. And, sorry. I tried to avoid...
I mean, it's okay. I mean, this isn't as worse as the one on my stomach that we, happened last time when we were younger, so... It'll look, Think of it as a friendship mark.
You're changeling?
Yes. I mean...
Yes, no, I'm just making sure. You seem to have gone through a lot of scrapes, and that tends to be a marker of maybe a Nephilim. He doesn't need to worry about those sort of things.
Oh, I think in this case it's just life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I get a presence plus guile from Otto, please?
Okie dokie. Presence plus guile.
To work on to see your glamour sort of being affixed with these powders.
We got it. 0 presence is 4 and guile is 3, so that is a 7.
Thank you. Hold this moment. Tilly, I have a question for you. As you have skulked away so that the and watch the Viscount go up the grand staircase with this glamour of you, which you know will disappear soon, probably either when he touches the glamour or when it sort of gets too far of your sight. Where do you go? You know that there was a bit of a hullabaloo. I mean, you could hear the ruckus in that smoking room. Where do you go? Tilly? Oh, I thought she was back. There you are, yes. Where do you go?
I immediately go to my room, and I change. I get out of my mom's clothes. I change into what I have. I'm feeling pretty gross, but also, I hope that it was enough for my friends, and so I change very quickly. Put my, what is this called again?
A bow.
It's not okay. It's not a tie. So I put my bow on, and then I.
It's more like it's sort of like a bow tie, really. It's like a floppy bow tie, really.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like layered. Mm-hmm. Got layers in it.
It's very nice,
anyway,
by the way.
Thank you. I like it a lot. And do you see the bits of color in there?
Yeah. I really like the fabric. I can tell there's a really nice texture to it, and I like the colors.
It's very soft. Okay. Anyway, so I do rush, even though we just got distracted there. I get changed as quickly as I can. I kind of ruffle my hair a little bit, look in the mirror. I'm feeling kind of gross, and then I just straighten up and kind of head out. I'm looking to see if anybody else is around, because I'm very acutely aware now that we've lost the mum power that we may have had for me just walking around without issue. I kind of just slowly head back in the direction of where I left them, hoping that they're not still there, but that they're somewhere nearby. I'll run into them.
You are on, I would say, probably on the second floor. It's probably second. Well, you're probably on the third. You're an important guest. So you're on the third floor. You've got to make your way down to the ground floor, which is where the drawing room was, so that you could see them. And you don't have to get all the way down there before you can sort of see, you can peek from there's when you walk into one of these grand estates and you've got the sort of the front doors, and there's a really big foyer, and the first thing you see is that grand staircase moving upwards, right? Just like the big open space in the center of the house, and then of course off the side you can get all the spaces. So if you're up there on that second floor, you can see down to quite a lot on that first floor.
Okay.
People moving about. You can hear the sounds of music. You can also
see any signs of where they might be, or do I see them? Do I get lucky enough to just see them?
They are at this moment they're in a room. They're not out, but they're no longer in front of the drawing room.
Are they by chance in the same room where Nell and I prepared the invisibility ritual?
Which
maybe
room
we
did
were
you...
going to meet back there.
Which room did you do that in?
It was nearby. I think it was one of the rooms very close to where the Pontus event ended up happening, the drawing room. So I'm not sure if they would have gone there or not. So
I think we went back to Otto's room because Otto had.
Yes.
Otto's
so you're actually near me. You're on this floor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if I know that, or
don't. So this is what I will tell you. Mm-hmm. So now they're up in there, sort of having a talk, putting on the glamour, getting this wound fixed, and when you come down to sort of go to this room where you did this invisibility glamour, which took about an hour to do, it's a sort of long process.
Yeah.
When you go to sort of creep about there, you can the doorway to the smoking room is ajar. And
I'm not going in there.
You don't have to. But there's clearly a hubbub going on inside.
Okay.
You can hear, it's like, I don't know. Do we stay, or do we? I mean, I don't know if it's safe to go out. Well, we should probably just wait for the Viscount to sort of come back. Or so. Well, I don't know. Like, there's like a sense of unease going on in that smoking room at this moment. But when you make into that small sitting room where you had prepared that ritual with Nell, it's empty. She's not there.
Okay, well, the next best thing, I think we were going to meet at the ballroom. So I'll just slowly make my way down that way as sneakily as I can.
Which ballroom?
The one, the door where Buttercup led me to. The door, yeah.
So not the ballroom with all the people. Not the ballroom where all the people are and the lights are and the music is and Professor Keller is.
Unless that's on the way. Because if it's on the way, I'll peek to see if I see them. But if I don't see them, I'm going to go look for them.
They are not in the ballroom.
Yeah,
Professor Keller's drinking in a
course.
corner, in case you care. He's...
It was a beautiful takedown.
He's moping.
If I were him,
Yeah.
I would be moping for about a week. It was water is what that was.
He needs some of that salve that Kalechi made because the burns are just real bad, and I just don't know if he's gonna. That was a 3rd degree burn. So you sort of make your way out towards the back to where that door was. This sort of lone door off in a dark corner of the estate. The door that should lead you to the ballroom. Let's go back upstairs into Otto's place. Otto, you put together... I'm going to need for you to spend a point of ether for your glamour. And it takes you a while, like you're working on it as Kalechi is ministering to you. It takes a while, but as you work, you see that transformation that happens to you, moving you back to the Otto, to yourself.
Much better.
Are we
Feel
all
better?
set?
Yes,
Good.
thank you. I feel like myself again.
Good.
I really do have to figure out if there's a way to... I don't know. Glamours can only go so far, and... I don't know. Kalechi, do you know if there's like a something? I guess? An invention, or...
An invention, I don't know. Like I mentioned, I'm not really great with living things.
Surely
I could
you'd have
probably-
contacts.
Contact?
Contacts, like a networking situation. If you knew any friends with any,
Yes, but most of them have scattered in the wind. And also, I've lost quite a few of my contacts as well after the discharge from the
I
army.
need to
Anyway.
ask you exactly why
Yes?
were you discharged from the army?
Oh, I'm not entirely sure if I'm allowed to tell you.
Oh, well, all right then. Moving right along, I suppose.
Tilly's not back. The last time you saw her, she led the Viscount away.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, I was meaning to ask actually. Where did Tilly go?
Yes. I believe she was leading the Viscount away. Perhaps we should go find her?
Find her. Yes.
Yes.
I'm sure her being alone with a Viscount would not be a problem at all.
oh, I feel like such a horrible person. Sometimes things get ahead of me, especially when I don't feel like myself. We should go find.
Yes, let's go rescue her,
Tilly.
as it were.
I mean, I'm sure she would give him like a quick, kick right there. If she needed to, right?
I've seen her do that many times actually.
Okay.
She does seem very resourceful.
But yes, I mean, how would we find her? And also, is she going to be Tilly or Swedish Tilly?
Oh.
Swedish Tilly.
Swedish Tilly. I don't know if we actually got her mother's name. Did she actually? Oh yes, I think
Yes, Mejbel.
Mejbel. Yes, Mejbel.
I think
I'm sure we can tell.
depending on how exactly Tilly dealt with this, if it was a quick swift kick like I've seen her do many times. She's probably Tilly right now.
All right. Perhaps we can tell who is Tilly based on how she's kicking.
Yes.
I've been on the receiving end one before. I don't want to be the one to test that out.
I would have loved to see that.
Why would
yes.
Well, it hurts a lot. We should find Tilly.
Okay, all right.
When you three sort of walk out of Otto's room, there are a couple of things you note. You note that you did want to try to get into the underwater ballroom to sort of break the tether, and that she might have met you there. You know that she could be in the clutches of the Viscount at this moment, in danger, perhaps dead, doomed. It's really unclear where she is. I mean, who knows? I mean, she could be waiting for you all by the ballroom door, but she could be in dire straits.
All right, look, I have an idea. So I have the jewel on me. It feels as though if I were to get close to the Viscount, it would be probably a mistake in the obtaining and keeping the jewel plan that we once had.
Yeah.
So perhaps we should split up. I can wait down at the ballroom to see if she's there. And, Kalechi, do you still have your terrible, horrifying little menaces that you love so dearly? Perhaps I can take one of them, and we can keep in contact.
I don't know if I understand what exactly you're talking about.
Your small mechanical creatures.
Oh, yes, Hugin and Moonin. Yes, you can have Hugin.
Yes.
And again, it's going to pull out the audio kick shake. Yeah. And then gives you Hugin.
Is it okay to shake those? Because you
No.
said I couldn't smack them, but you just...
Yeah, it's probably best not to shake them. I just do it is the best way to figure out which one's which. They're almost identical.
Could you draw for me? Because I just want to make sure it doesn't explode when you activate it. Because, you know...
I am so sorry, guys, if this goes wrong.
I mean, you do have your...
You shouldn't have said anything.
Oh,
my
boy.
goodness.
Okay, wait, hold on. How much is that, though? It's reason... It's, Hold on, wait, everyone, just give it a sec. Just grace and engineering. Okay, my grace is
This
my
is to
engineering.
activate blight, which I believe is reason. I believe grace and engineering is to use for your attack.
Oh yeah,
yes.
attack. Yeah, reason. So that's even better. I'm going to reason ether, just in case. That's a 3 in total.
Okay. Just I'm just curious. For no reason.
Wow.
Just next time, actually marking which one is which. That I feel this. Should be
Oh, thank
could
God.
do.
Fuck.
Put like
That's a 6 total.
Okay. Fine. It does not explode and cause damage to everyone in the room. Cool. Too bad. But it like, because that -3 would have been really excellent. It like sort of extends and comes to life. Your little... Do you have it with you? Because I love it. I just want to see it if you have it. Because
It's huge in real life, but it's much smaller in the game. It's very cool.
I love that. And it sort of like whirs up to life as its clockwork engine starts to move. And you hand it over to Nell.
Yes, I'll be able to hear you, and you like hot waves the controller. Just speak into it, and I'm able to speak back. So if you see anything, if you see Tilly, just let me know. I'll look around, maybe in the ballroom.
All right.
Wait.
Well, I'll
guess-
head down to the ballroom, and then
Oh, that ballroom. I mean the above surface ballroom.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
since you built that one, right?
I built the
can go check
underwater
that one.
one.
Oh,
The one that Nell is going to be standing by the door of.
Yes.
I will go ahead and check by the smoking room and go towards that direction. Then, let me wait. I'm
Well,
gonna
perhaps
quickly
you two
grab
should
something
stay
from.
together.
Oh, okay.
Quickly,
Maybe.
just because if you stay together, then we have a constant form of communication.
Communication,
through
that's a good
this
point.
Oh,
small
yes.
creature, and then I can alert you if I see her, and you vice versa. And if you have to kill
like
the
a plan.
Viscount to do it, you should be fine.
I feel like that would have been an easier solution to everything.
Murdering
to
a noble
everything.
is scandalous.
Well, I have the nice
Eat the
creature,
rich.
so
Yes, that one probably won't do much for you if you end up in combat. I have Moonin, so that will be considerably more useful.
yes, Moonin. Otto, if Moonin appears, I would just suggest not looking. Don't look. Just turn around. Let Moonin do Moonin's thing.
Okay.
Yes. All right.
We should get going.
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Now, I'm going to note that Nell makes her way, down the stairs off to where where the door to the underwater ballroom is. And you two, Kalechi and Otto, are going to, I suppose, go to the other ballroom. But as you are sort of moving, you're all slightly different directions. You two hear something. Can I get a focus composure from you both?
Oh, that's really good for me.
Ooh.
I also got the same.
Oh, both fours. Hell yeah. Focus and composure. For
Yes,
me,
please.
that is
What
a
is that?
7.
Okay.
Focus is 2. Composure is 2. So that's 8 total.
Yeah. Okay. So that was certainly not your difficulty, of course. Your difficulty was a harder difficulty because what you're listening for is quite far away. But that's phenomenal. As you are, what do I call it? As you are lurking about, as it works, this was like a very challenging task to listen to. But you're on the 3rd floor, so it's not so bad. You needed a 6, and you both got it. You hear, muffled, as if far away, but you hear shouting. This is something that people downstairs would definitely not hear, because the shouting is distant. It's coming from upstairs. You hear, it sounds like the Viscount, perhaps, yelling.
We should hurry.
Oh my god. Yeah, we gotta go. I think Tilly might be in trouble.
You can hear anger in his voice. It is very hard to make it out because it sounds like it's coming from miles away. It's like when you can catch somebody shouting a mile away on the wind, right? It sounds very far away, somewhere upstairs. But there's just a bit of an echo, that sort of like hits it just right. And you hear, it's hard to make out the words, but you drew very well. And you hear, "Where is it? Where is it?" And you will give it back. Where is it? You liar! Clearly the Viscount is yelling, berating someone. And like you hear like there's like a menace. There's a threateningness, like a anger, incipient violence, accusations, and you can't hear everything. And you don't know where it's coming from. What do you two do?
I guess I could try using what I did before and smelling my way to, because this is, I'm already like we need to get there. Tilly's in danger. We need to get there. So smelling work last time.
This will be difficult. I'm gonna need focus and mysteries.
Focus and mysteries. That's 2 and a 0. So that's 2 plus 2. All right. Let's see. Or minus, yeah, because -1.
Yep. Just
Yes.
-1, yep. And Whack, get ready for a swap.
Oh, I'm gonna say that didn't work.
You sniff.
Yeah, I'm sniffing. Well, let me actually, because in Otto's mind, Otto is thinking I gotta save Tilly. So I'm going to spend my ether to do this.
This will leave you with just one ether left?
No ether left.
No ether left, all right.
You know...
Before you spend it...
Oh.
Wait. Nell, I'm going
Yes.
to swap over at this moment when you hear this shouting, both of you. Oh, yeah. Nell,
Yes.
you are creeping down the stairway. Can I just get from you a grace and... What is it? Is it stealth? Is it burglary? What do I have from you?
Well, I do have burglary.
Stealth, please. Grace plus stealth.
All right.
It's not too
Grace plus
difficult.
stealth.
Yes, please.
Sure.
It's not too difficult.
Ah. So that would be
It's only a 3 you need.
6.
Oh,
Yeah.
trivial. As you skulk about through this estate, you hear laughing, people laughing and joking. You hear some boasting. You hear the clinking of glasses. You hear just like the sounds of life in an estate. And you have also, you can hear the clicking and the whirring of Hugin on your shoulder. And as you make your way back behind the staircase and down a hallway, you see her, Tilly, standing in front of the door that should lead you to the ballroom.
Tilly.
Oh, scared
Hello.
me. Jesus, you came up out of nowhere.
Yeah. Sorry about that. One moment. Kalechi?
Ah, can we get all 4, please?
Did you get it?
Yes, I did.
Great.
Otto, you're about to spend that point of ether. You're about to sort of tap into your inner reserves. Like this, your ether, your purpose, these are things that are like really serious parts of yourself, right? These represent how you are connected to the world around you. And you are going to use one of your reserves of self. You are at that moment when Nell's voice emerges from Kalechi's little remote control. And it's just the word Kalechi?
Kalechi?
Hello? Yes? No? Have you found Tilly?
Yes, she's down here with me, so you can turn around quickly and head back to the ballroom.
And the shouting continues up above you.
Should we tell them? You should tell them.
Yes, I think all bits of information would be useful.
Why are they
We
going
can-
to the ballroom?
We can hear the Viscount yelling at someone upstairs. We assumed it was Tilly, but if you're with Tilly, it might be
Yeah.
someone
Oh, yeah.
else.
It's not me, but we probably don't have a lot of time.
Okay. I mean, I'm glad you're okay though, Tilly.
Oh, yeah.
We were worried.
I'm fine. Thanks. You were worried? No, I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm fine.
Okay, well, we're on our way. You can explain to us what happened, and
You
good
hear
news
the
though, we got the
crash of something above you.
Okay, I think you're
like,
right. We don't have much time.
Glass or a vase, something like that.
We hear it or they hear it?
They hear it. You're too far away.
Okay.
Neat. So wait. We're too late to like go up and stop that, or down and
I think
do the thing that we have to. That she told us.
Yeah,
to
let's do the thing. I
Okay.
think we should do the thing. Honestly, I was only
mean,
thinking about
right-
going up there because I thought Tilly was in danger.
Right now, he's probably distracted and will be distracted for at least a little bit. But we don't have a lot of time. It's a very short window, I suspect, before he's very suspicious of things. So if we want to
Okay.
get in here, we got to do it now. So get
Okay.
down here.
On our way.
Ready.
And you two make your way out of this 3rd floor, moving farther away from the sounds of strife and violence. as you move closer to Tilly and Nell, the sounds of the Viscount screaming in anger. You tricked me. Get farther and farther away as you make your way down the stairs. And it's not too long where that sound of anger is replaced by the sounds of music and dancing. And as you make your way further through this house, a maid there, a butler there, someone drunk in the corner there, the sounds of like, ooh, in the smoking room, like, ooh, do we stay? I don't know. And you make your way to this door. It is a small, plain wooden door. And you see Tilly and Nell. The door itself is sort of recessed. You wouldn't notice it. It's one of these things that you imagine that most people wouldn't notice this door at all. Maybe the help might notice it, but it's plain. Everything else is well carved with rich, deep woods, and this is plain, with a very impressive lock on it, however.
The moment I see Tilly, I like rush to her and grab her by the shoulders and just examine her. Are you okay? You good? And he like cups her face. You okay?
Yes, I'm fine, as you can see.
Okay.
I'm great.
Okay, just
See, I
want to make
told you,
sure.
resourceful.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do the thing where you
Did you kick
remember
him?
last time? Yeah, the kick.
No,
Yes,
I
told me
didn't
you kicked
I didn't-
him as well.
I do have a habit of just accidentally limbs flailing without thinking first. But not this time. This time I cast an illusion, and he went away with that illusion up into the bedroom. So he's probably any second now going to find out that it's an illusion and be very upset. So again, we
should do this now.
We
Yeah.
don't have a lot of time, but you got it. You
Yes.
got it?
Yes.
Yes.
Good job.
Don't touch it. Don't touch
Right,
it.
right.
Okay.
We make a great team.
No, we
Yes,
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tilly? Could you make a draw for me, please?
Sure.
The skill is mysteries.
Is
clearly.
it composure when he cups my face? Because
That's up to you.
okay.
No, I need, let's say, for your attribute, it could be will,
Okay.
but it might be focus.
Okay.
It's up to you. It's up
Okay.
to you. I feel like it might be will. I think will might be a little bit better. Will plus mysteries. Will, because this is like your internal sense of self, and mysteries because
Okay.
what I'm having you draw for is completely supernatural.
Oh, okay. Okay. So will and mysteries. Let's do it. I have drawn.
Please do.
Oh, the worst card I could possibly. I'm going to spend an ether to get rid of that because I don't know
Okay.
what this is for, but that's a disaster, whatever that is.
Okay. Spend the point of ether as you
Yep,
draw
I will
upon
do
your
it.
internal reserves to concentrate.
Ooh, there we go. That's a little bit better.
looking
Okay,
at?
will is 4 and mysteries is also 4.
Oh,
so I probably could have
okay.
handled that -5, but that's fine. So that's 10. That's a 10.
Okay.
Hopefully it's for something important.
Nell, may I ask you a question?
Always.
How close are you physically in space to Tilly?
Wait.
That's an interesting question.
It is an interesting question, isn't it? I wonder why I asked.
Yes.
I mean, I know, but
I feel like I probably like to keep my distance from other people physically, but in this scenario, we were speaking into Mugen. Is that correct, Mugen?
yes. Yeah.
Yes. So we were
Is
speaking
Hugin.
into
Moonin's
Mugen.
the murderer
Moonin?
one.
Oh,
M
right.
for murder
Sorry.
is how I remember it.
Yes.
Apologies.
Hugin.
Hugin. So we were speaking to Hugin, so I think we might have been closer together. I might have stepped back, though, now that I think about it, as soon as we were returned to the other two.
Yeah, but I did notice, I thought that you might have been somewhat close.
Yes.
Yes, and Tilly,
Yes?
when you asked, did you get it? Mm-hmm. You say those words, and the gem is in your mind. And there's a moment when you feel, when you say it, and you think about this gem, and Nell is so close to you, really, in certain kinds of ways. I mean, she did take a step back, but you are in a darkened hallway, all four of you, sort of skulking about together. It's not like you're super far apart, you're somewhat close. You feel different. You feel... Can you sometimes hear your heartbeat or your pulse? You know how that is sometimes?
Yeah,
You might,
yeah.
and you know what it feels like, your pulse, what it sounds like, your heartbeat. And maybe you feel like your heartbeat's just skipping a beat's a little faster, maybe.
It's probably the cupping up the
Right.
face.
No, that's not what it is, actually.
Oh,
because there are two heartbeats? Is that right?
Oh. I mean, yes, that's right, but that's strange. I've never felt that before. And are they, is it my mom?
Yes. When you ask that question, you know the answer is yes.
Okay.
And you don't know what else that might mean, but you feel a little different
Okay.
in
Well-
the proximity of the gem, these people,
Oh.
this group.
Okay. Well, do you mind if I just word vomit really quickly, because I'm a little bit concerned that I don't exist and that I'm literally created to just do this one thing, and then when all of this is over, I'm just gonna disappear into mum. Is that what's happening? You're saying I feel weird and there are two heartbeats, and I know you can't tell me the answer, but that's what I'm thinking right now. Okay.
What does
Well-
Tilly say? Because it seems like Tilly might be a tad distressed.
Oh, yeah, I'm just flustered probably, and I think I just don't say anything at all. I think I'm just staring at Nell when I say, "Did you get it?" And I'm thinking all those things are racing through my mind right now.
Can I perceive that there's something
I'm not
going
hiding
on?
it. I'm not hiding
Okay.
it. There's no way. If
All right.
all this is flooding through my mind, there's no way I'm hiding it.
Tilly, are you all right?
Yeah. Did you said you got it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Little
don't feel I can show you.
No, that's okay. I know she's safe with you. Yeah, I just feel strange, like I can feel her somehow here. I will grab, because I did this to Otto before. I'm gonna grab Otto's hand, like, here. Do you feel two heartbeats?
Do I feel do I feel two heartbeats?
Focus Mysteries.
I don't know
Or-
why this keeps happening, but
Or-
I you know. Oh,
Or Mr. Other Half of the Door, if you'd like, you could draw Will Mysteries. It's up to you.
Will
If you would
Mysteries, or
like-
what was the other one?
Focus Mysteries. Focus Mysteries is for you to try to get a sense of what's going on with Tilly Will Mysteries is not for that.
Will Mysteries.
Will is for your personal strength.
Okay, so that would be a total of 3.
Which would you like? Focus Mysteries to figure out what's going on with Tilly, or Will Mysteries for a surprise?
Oh, why do you have to say surprise? Of course I'm going to choose the
It's up to you.
surprise. I'm sorry, I'm choosing surprise.
No, do not apologize. I would do the same thing. You're fine.
Just giving you the option. I'm just because you are
But
the
also,
door.
I'm kind of flustered. I can't focus. She's putting my hand on...
Sorry, I don't
you know.
think about that stuff sometimes. I'm trying to go for my heartbeat. I don't realize it's totally inappropriate. I mean, maybe I do know it's inappropriate, but I'm not concerned with that right now.
You've never been concerned with appropriate.
No.
You take Otto's hand and put it where your heart is,
Yeah.
so that he can see if he feels 2 heartbeats. But Otto's a bit flustered, and rather than sort of paying attention, instead, Otto, it's like a bit of a flash. You feel that moment when you connected her and her mother. There was a smell and a spark. That moment when you and your sister just swap spaces. There's this feeling sometimes that you get, and that feeling happens in this moment. And as she puts your hand to her heart, there's just a moment when you feel a little drained, a little lost, a little uncertain. And Tilly, you feel angry. You don't know if it's your feelings.
Oh, okay.
And there's a feeling of anger inside of you that you do not know if it is yours. But it's
I know
like
it's not mine. I
it's
don't
like a
get angry like that.
vicarious anger, you know?
Yeah.
And it's chaotic. It is powerful. Well, the feeling is powerful. The anger is not the same. Like, the strength of feeling is very powerful. The anger is not as strong as the strength of feeling. And you just also feel ill and weak. But yet, even in your weakened state, you feel stronger than you do now. But you also have the sense this is not you. And you can hear words being said. And it is up to you whether or not you say them out loud or not. It is a voice that is almost your voice that says, "How dare you question me, the Queen of the Fae? You are nothing, and you shall receive nothing."
I back up from Otto and I drop his hand. Montague and Capulet. That's what we are. I'm from the Queen and you're from the King, and they hate each other.
Yes, as far as I know. That's my lineage. I mean,
Do you feel like-
I just...
Do you feel
It's-
bound to that lineage?
No, every time this happens, it's weird. It's like...
But you feel? Do you feel it? Because I just felt it. I felt the anger. Do you
I
think
didn't feel any anger, no feelings, just...
you didn't
sense
feel
of
that?
war? No.
Oh.
What did you... Anger?
Yeah, I just felt this overwhelming anger, and then, how dare you question me, the queen. I can't tell if it's hers or...
I mean, when we
mine or-
first... put my sleeves up a little bit more before I do this and put my hands on Tilly's shoulders. You are you.
Uh-huh.
And
That's all I've ever wanted is to be me. Whatever that is.
remember that when we were up in the room, I don't think it's anger towards me or towards my lineage or something, but you said there's two heart, like two beats you hear?
Yeah, it was mine, and then another one, which I think is hers. I can't shake the feeling that you and I are just pawns in all of this, and it's not going to end well for you or me.
How do you mean? She's like eavesdropping. If this was like a private conversation, he was just standing right there listening.
Yeah, no, yep, yeah.
Same.
And by
don't
the way,
know, it's
Grace
just a
Burglary, if you want to
feeling.
pick that lock.
Yeah. It's just a feeling. It all hit me at once. It's fading now, but it was very strong a second ago. Otto, I don't want anything to happen to you. Or me. I don't want this generational war and rage to be played out through us. Do you know any magic that can, bind us together or protect us?
I don't really know magic myself. My sister had that talent, not me. Not
Okay.
me at all.
Okay.
Tilly, you don't
Yeah.
think you were speaking to Otto, but you were speaking to someone.
Wait,
Or
just now?
she was speaking to someone. The voice was words being spoken by her, by you, by
Yeah.
her, to someone through the door, but not here.
Okay. Oh, this might be happening now. Oh, can I grab Otto's face? I just need to, you seem to be a window or a door or something. Sorry. And I'm trying to hear more of that conversation. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Why? It's okay. It's just sometimes, warning.
Nell,
Yes.
how are you doing with that lock picking?
Oh, yes. Let me do that right now. Sorry, so what do I need
Grace,
to lockpick?
because Grace is for that sort of a thing, and a burglary.
Burglary. Well, we should be in good order. Well,
What do you have? You need a 5.
I need a 5. So this would be a 4. I can use an ether.
You can. You
I will
can.
use an ether
Please
to
do.
redraw. Oh,
Oh.
in that case,
Oh.
it is a 9, 10, 11, 12. It's a 12.
Oh.
I'm very good at lockpicking. You
can we
think it was
have
my job?
Can we have a discussion about that remarkable success? I want you to tell me how you pick this lock, but not just how you pick it, but how you pick it in such a way that you could open it or close it anytime you want, and no one knows that you've done it.
You see, picking a lock is a lot like making love, to be honest. It's nuanced, very deft, important things. Like hearing your way through a passage. I just know my way around them. I know how they tick and how they click.
So, you have deft fingers.
Yes, of course. I'm a thief. Sorry, a novelist.
A
Writing
novelist.
fingers. Yes.
A novelist. Nell is amazing as this dramatic moment is happening. And there is no double entendre at all going on right now, in case anybody's
Not a single
wondering.
one.
Not a single one is right there in the, like, it is a moment of beauty as she is able to maneuver the tumblers in such a way as to open this door that most people could not actually open without there being loudness, scraping, and there's not a mark left as this door creaks open slowly as Tilly is desperately trying to hear the conversation on the other end of the door.
She's open.
I think they're doing something.
Oh, I didn't hear anything. Sorry. I'll warn you next time, and maybe just your hand.
I just hope I don't always have to. Do I have to always touch your?
No,
I guess
no,
if it's
no.
okay.
We could shake hands or something.
Oh,
next time.
okay. Well, thanks. I mean,
Thanks for letting me try. Sorry, I just grabbed your face there.
it's okay. I think it's better than when you were drunk and doing this. So it's been a couple of times.
Did I fondle you while I was drunk?
But it's okay. Kalichi helped me out a lot of the times. I just kind of maneuvered, and the worst happened to Kalichi. If you
Is that when you kicked him?
Oh. No, but perhaps we should go.
Yes,
If the door's
I've opened the
open.
door.
Okay. Great job. I didn't even know you opened it. Didn't even struggle with that at all.
She's a lovely door.
Well, Kalechi designed her.
Good luck.
I would just like to remind you all of the statue of Poseidon that floats in the middle of the lake. But Kalechi knows that statue actually rests atop the very top of the underwater ballroom. If you are standing on the lake and just standing outside on the estate and looking out at the lake, it will just look as if this statue emerges from the water out of nowhere. But Kalechi knows that there is a structure under the lake, and that Poseidon rests watching on top of this lake. And as you walk down a spiral staircase, you are brought to a long, dark tunnel. And this long, dark tunnel, as you walk down the spiral staircase, leads directly towards the lake. You are underground now. And as you travel, it's a long, long travel, there is another staircase. This one takes you, the long tunnel took you from the estate to the lake. One more staircase down brings you low to the bed, to another tunnel. And as you travel, this tunnel lined by true silver sconces with torches burning.
Oh, that's not good.
You take a step, a step, a step.
Can I grab Kalechi's arm?
Oh, yes. And there are designs, little designs in the walls. And it's quiet.
Kalichi, you said you designed this area?
I designed, the ballroom. After that, I had no particular say in what happened. So the beautiful part is coming soon.
Really creepy.
Yes.
And you get to the threshold, and before you see it, the ballroom. The ballroom. Now, for those who want to know, this photograph is a current day photograph. This ballroom was made over 100 and some years ago, so you have to imagine that the glass is all clear and clean, and you can see the lake through these windows, and you can see the movement of fish through the windows in this perfect dome. And each one of these ridges, the spines of this dome, has a true silver sconce with a torch burning. And in this ballroom, small, perfectly round, perfectly engineered by Kalechi to be a ballroom. Let's say that's what it was designed for, but altered somewhat from his designs. The torches are new, some of the symbols on the walls are new, and especially new is in the very center of this ballroom is a small concrete pedestal, carved to look as if it were perhaps something that somebody who wanted to give a speech might stand upon. Not so huge, maybe so big. Just a concrete pedestal, I will call it. That's, I imagine, if you are a regular person, you would imagine that's what it is, that there's a pedestal right in the middle of this ballroom.
Okay. Wow, this is, I mean, under any other circumstance, I would dance here. This is incredible.
I feel that I
honestly
would
a lot
dance
of
here,
work.
except
This is
the
magical.
way here was terrifying.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. Like I said, I didn't have anything to do with the way here. He just wanted my my plans for the ballroom itself. After that, he let me go. Though some of these definitely weren't in the plans. First of all, this pedestal throws off the symmetry. I assumed this was going to be a ballroom, not a hall for speech. So I would have changed my plans entirely if I knew it was going to be used for that. The sconces too. That doesn't have to do with anything mechanical. It just doesn't really suit the vibe, I suppose, I was going for with. Yeah.
This concrete pedestal, we'll just call it that. We'll just call it a pedestal because that's more comforting, really. It's really got little corners, lots of little corners. Like maybe a dodecahedron, perhaps. And for each corner, there is a sconce. It is perfectly in the center of this dome, and everything points to this pedestal. And right above it is the statue of Neptune. Of Poseidon.
That's magic. This is look, and I just turned my book around to show like a ritualistic symbol on it. This isn't a ballroom. This is a very large ritual space. How do we stop it?
I'm not entirely sure, but if you wanted a ritual space, you could at least told me. I would have changed the plans that I drew out if that's what he wanted. I feel like this is probably the most inefficient use of this space for.
Is it important that it maintain its current shape? I mean, it does seem as though the shapes within it were very pointedly put together. So perhaps if we change its shape, it would.
Oh, that's a good idea. And I wonder if it being surrounded by water is also important. Like if they needed an element or something stronger than.
I suddenly just don't. With that statue in the water, remember what my sister said?
I don't.
Poseidon will drown you.
Should we perhaps leave
don't.
then?
Leave. I don't think we'll get another chance to
I don't think we'll
figure
get
out what to
another
do
chance
here.
either.
And remember the tethers. There were 2 tethers that Buttercup could see that led, one attached to
Yes,
Lady Bainbridge, one to Lord Bainbridge, that led
somewhere in here.
here
Okay.
somewhere.
Okay, Otto, can you
And
can
you must break the tethers.
can you try to see
Or
these
at least one of
tethers
them.
that Buttercup saw? Can you try to focus and see if you can see them? And Kalechi, can you remember anything when you showed the Viscount your plans? Was there anything that he was really particular about? What did he insist on having in here?
Okay, sure. There were quite a lot of demands that didn't make much sense. I can see if any of them has to do with anything magical. I know
Yeah.
from my understanding of alchemy that geometry plays a big part in
Yeah.
casting spells.
Nell, you're right. It might be something with the shapes. We might even be able to just turn a light out. You know, it could be that easy. It could be that simple. But I think before we take a step further in here, we need to.
All right, let me just try something. Kalichi, do you, or Nell,
hear
or
that?
does any of you have a pocket watch or something shiny, surface shiny?
Yeah, I have a pocket watch. Hold on. Okay, here.
I know I always saw her in my reflections. Maybe I can tap into her? I'm gonna.
That's a nice idea. A reflection
Yes.
in the ballroom.
So,
Yeah. Kalechi, could you draw for me reason engineering? Because the question was, what did the Viscount care about? What might be different?
Yes. Where do you want me to put that? Do I just put it on?
Oh, yes,
I'll
yes,
just
yes.
place it here.
Yeah, just place it right there.
Ooh,
We'll
that's
see
not
it.
good. But
What do you have?
that's a 4 in total.
Ah,
To the reason engineering, yeah, 4.
that's not too bad. That's for a demanding task. And I'm going to say this as I would like Otto to draw. Will plus mysteries. Please draw
plus
that.
mystery.
Yes, please. Kalechi, there was something. The space is the same. He was obsessed about making sure. The.
Oh.
What is that total? As you search.
So I'm gonna say this is important. This is a -3. I would only get a -1 because I'm still wounded-ish. So I'm gonna use up the last ether just to really
Okay.
get this, because I want to tap in my sister
Yes,
and
please.
get this. Oh, oof. It's not good for my heart.
You remember it was important that he wanted the dome perfect. He wanted the angles perfect. Oh, what is that total?
That will be a total of 5.
Perfect. And so, I'm going to tell you 2 things at the same time, as Nell is thinking about how to coordinate this, and Tilly's thinking about this as well. Kalechi, you remember the sconces were not here, but the sconces are placed at all these very important structural spaces that draw everything. Everything in the ballroom was meant to draw attention to the center of the ballroom. And he was very particular about the very center of the ballroom. You remember he was insistent that there was a special feature right at the center of the ballroom, directly underneath where the statue would go. It was a small, sort of recessed half dome, right? It was very, very small. It was like the inversion of the dome itself, which seemed to be perhaps unwise if we're talking about a ballroom. People could slip and fall. But he spent quite a lot of time insisting that there was a sort of like a basin at the center of this ballroom. And he wanted to make sure that it paralleled right where, and if you see in that photograph, there's a nice little kind of hexagonal hole right at the top of that ballroom, and right underneath it you can see what is there. There's a drain at that bottom, and it was he wanted this sort of basin with a drain, and he wanted it to be, he obsessed over this one basin, this one moment. He wanted to make sure the math was perfect to the millimeter, which makes it odd, really, that he would then just cover it with a pedestal. And Otto, I'm going to just need to make a little draw myself for your sister. You look at your reflection in this pocket watch, and the pocket watch is polished, shiny, and you see yourself within it, and you concentrate, and you spend a point of your own ether, tapping into the chaotic nature of the underlying universe. And as you look at your eyes, they shift, and Nell and Tilly, Otto shifts a little bit. You see Buttercup, like a ghost, overlaid upon Otto. And Otto, you begin to see the forest around you, not the place where you're at, but you smell it. You smell jasmine, fir, rot, and you see it in the reflection of the pocket watch. You see the tethers, golden threads, chain links of vine and leaves glowing in the darkness of this space that's only lit by torchlight. And you can't see them in physical space, but you can see them in the reflection through the eyes of your sister in this pocket watch. And the tethers snake from back the way you came, 2 of them all the way into this room, and underneath the altar, pedestal, the tether is rooted underneath this concrete box. And Kalechi, you know there is a basin under that concrete.
Sorry, I don't know any of this.
Kalechi will spout everything that he knows, though. He'll be like, see, he was very particular about the angles that I've built everything in, which is honestly very challenging, because if you're building something underwater, you need it to be the perfect angle to be able to withstand the pressure of the water on top of it. But he wanted the strangest thing, I suppose. That was a challenge, and I'm always up for a challenge. But the strangest thing was he wanted a basin right there, and points at the pedestal. Wasn't entirely sure why.
But there's a pedestal there.
The line, it's right. Point and walk up to where I see it, like reflective. You can see me like do that.
Wait. I grab you so that you can't walk further into the room. But
Whoa.
just point. Don't.
It's there.
Stay
It's
here,
under.
just
It's
point.
under. Right.
I mean, he's hiding something underneath that pedestal?
No, whatever's tethering both the chains, they tether. Two chains.
this
Two
point?
chains.
And one smells of jasmine, and one smells of fur.
One's yeah. I'll go with it. Can I can't. Can I sniff the difference between which?
You can. It's weird because it's not your nose, it's your sister's nose. It's that sort of weird moment where it's your sister who's sniffing, but somehow you are both the sides of the door. And you can sniff this one. If you're looking at it, the one that's on the left, that's the one that smells of jasmine. It's a very strong, strong smell. And then there's the other one on the right that smells of fur, but it's not a very strong smell. It's a light smell of fur. It's not as intense.
The jasmine is on the left,
Okay.
and the very light smelling fern is on the right.
Okay. And Kalechi, you said there's a basin here?
Yes,
underneath
underneath
that? Okay.
Yes.
What are the dimensions?
What are the dimensions?
It's like a 1 foot by 1 foot. You could say, so that's like a foot square, which is in metric, like a meter is like 3 feet. So like
yeah, real people's measurements.
like 20 centimeters. Is that right? Is that? Hold on. I'm here for my European pals. Give me a second. Give me a second. I've got a tape measure that's got both. We're looking at like 30 centimeters square, about.
Okay. So
Yeah, so about
Not-
30 centimeters square.
so not big enough for a body, but big enough for blood. Right.
I mean, I suppose it could be big enough for blood. Whose blood? Is it the blood there now? Should we move this pedestal?
Are we
well,
able to?
I think if we do anything, this thing might move.
Yes.
If we were to, is there a way? Is it possible? Could we break a window, Kalechi? And how quickly would the water fill up this space? And
Remembered. Living things. We're living things, but that thing, port to. They hate things that aren't living. Not you, Kalechi. The thing on your shoulder. I'm sorry. I didn't discuss.
the what? The statue does?
Moonin?
Oh, that's brilliant. Can Moonin lift things, though? Can Moonin do anything?
This is concrete.
No. Moonin,
Can
the
it
most Moonin
break
can do
it?
is bite.
You said it was down to the millimeter. Can it do anything? Can it chip away at something important?
I suppose it depends on what exactly you're trying to chip away at. I only really crafted this
anything that he
to punch
was-
your skin.
You know, there would
okay.
be a way to do this, but it would
jewel.
involve transmutation, alchemy.
Oh!
This is concrete, which you're not going to break through that without making a lot of noise. But
No, I think Kalechi's been thinking about that this whole time. I think breaking a window could be the last resort, but I think I could make this lighter at the very least, but I can't do it from here. I am going to have to go inside and make contact
don't.
with it.
But what if the thing? I don't want anything to happen to you.
I think, Nell, you know how to get things out. Do you have any suggestions? Because, I mean...
I case the room. Do I see anything that would give me an idea of what?
focus burglary or focus composer. Burglary will give you as a person who cases things, It's dark, but with your eyes.
Oh my god. Again, no. Are you the only one who's ever drawn a Doom
the
card?
second time she's...
Can we stop that from happening?
No,
Can I
you
assist?
cannot.
Can she reroll?
Doom is a fixed point in time. So we're gonna go to break right after this.
Oh.
Yes. Now. Safes. You know them.
Yes.
Oftentimes you'll have something heavy, thick, but hollow on the inside. This is concrete. It's too heavy. If it were not, you might be able to slip a device, a wire, something inside to sort of fish out something that might be in without disturbing it too much, unless whatever's inside of there is large or big or needs to be exposed. It's possible to do like a sleight of hand perhaps, but moving this might be tricky. And you're thinking about it, you're pondering it, you're thinking about how might you be able to do this. The problem is the weight, and it happens. Your foot crosses the threshold.
I just wanted a closer look.
Yeah.
And you hear it. A creaking sound. The sound of stone moving. And you see the statue turn its face to look in one of the glass panes with its trident. And the statue begins to slide down the dome and reach its hand through the glass and says, with a voice from the depths of the ocean, "No one disturbs the sacrificial place." Please draw 2 cards, dearest Nell.
I just want to say, Nell, that we're in this together, and whatever happens, and it's not a reflection on you, okay? They've spent so much time planning this, and anything that happens is not your fault, okay?
All right.
It's a 25 and a 55, I believe. Is that correct? Those are our numbers?
Yes.
Great. You all are going to... I'm going to give you all some initiative cards. Is what I'm going to do right about when we go to break.
Oh, boy.
Is what I'm about ready to do as Kalechi. You know the taste of blood in your mouth? That kind of iron taste that you get?
Yeah.
Or do you know sometimes when you get an electric shock and that weird flavor you get when you've been shocked by electricity? Like there are these sort of strange feelings you get sometimes. They're like tastes. You don't know if they're actually tastes, but they feel like it sometimes. You feel all of those things. And you know a Pontus event is coming. The Pontus is rising as Poseidon comes to move into the space. And we're going to go to break. So, I'd like you all to hydrate, stretch your legs, and, I'd say get ready for a moment that is going to involve some stuff, including a Pontus event.
You're welcome.
Okay.
This is like the second. This is the second time you did Doom card, right?
Dude,
I'm gonna go and shuffle.
Kalechi is Fate,
That
and
deck.
I'm Doom.
Yeah. I have to say I
Yeah.
really enjoy the cards because I think
Right?
with both the Fate and the Doom
Yep.
getting pulled, it just changes the narrative and it's so fucking
Entirely, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So good.
And yeah, it's gonna be luckily you're not in a this is a bad place to have a Doom card be pulled, because
Yeah.
this place right here is how do I put this, not a great place. Like, maybe bad things have happened in this ballroom.
I mean, the clue was
come on,
sacrificial.
How bad could it be? It may be desecrated land.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
it's fine.
I mean, what are
boy.
we talking
Oh, boy.
about? Cows, murderous cows here or something? Oh my
It's fine.
goodness.
Stretch your legs. We'll be back in like 10 minutes to find out how they deal with the coming of Poseidon and these tethers, because if they can break them and not die. Ooh, hey, guess what's really fun though? Hey, guess what? The clock strikes midnight.
Oh,
Don't you dare! You absolutely
no.
cannot do that.
Yes, I can. And I do. The clock strikes midnight.
Why you do this?
Which, well, we'll find out about that when we get back. Oh!
Doing this show with you guys too.
I love you all so much. Hello, everyone. Hi.
we're live.
We're back. We're live. We're live. Hey, everyone. I hope you're all doing really well. Doom was pulled. There's only 1 in 100. And the Doom card was pulled. And with the pulling of the Doom card and the stepping across the threshold into the ballroom, the statue of Poseidon comes to life and phases into this ballroom. We have this beautiful, beautiful underground ballroom, which, by the way, is a real place. It's you can go and find it if you want to. There's an actual estate. There's an actual underground ballroom. It's an actual thing. You can see it. I imagine you probably have to get permission, but it's an actual place. I think it's now I don't know if it's still privately owned. It was owned by some rich person, but I don't know if it's like. Anyway, it exists. It's in the UK. You can go there. Maybe not on Midsummer Eve, but so that said, I have just passed out the initiative cards to them because Poseidon, a fey creature, which is what many of our mythological beings are, has emerged into this ballroom. And our heroes are on the threshold of this ballroom. In the center is this box, podium, pedestal, altar, sacrificial space, whatever you want to call it. It's really, whatever, is there. And Poseidon is 8 feet tall. He is giant. He is the color blue, sort of blue mottled with green, like the sea. And he's got hair that is seaweed, and he's got pointed ears. He is wearing like a seaweed cloth sort of toga with a long, long trident that is sharp. And his teeth are the teeth of like an anglerfish. And he's got he looks in some ways like a mermaid, and those are scary in their own way. And he strides into this space with a look of hostility, as he's come to protect the space. and rain begins to fall inside the ballroom. Light rain at first. And at this moment,
Oh, shit.
with just Nell's toes on the other side of the threshold, and Otto and Tilly and Kalechi facing this Feyfolk god who can drown you, whatever that means. Let's talk initiative.
Ah!
Ooh.
I just realized I was holding my breath the whole time. Good there.
Yep.
I will note that we all have got cards, and our cards range from -5 to +5 with a doom and a fate. Does anyone have any 5s? Any 5s want to go? Tilly, you have a 5?
I do.
Would you like to go?
So
Or would you like to wait? It's up to you.
I can wait. No, I don't wait. I don't wait. Tell me again how social conflict works with this thing. I can distract him. I can. What else can I do?
So, each person, each being in a conflict has got guard. And you cannot wound anyone while they have guard up.
Okay.
But you can distract someone to get their guard down, so that if somebody then wanted to then harm them physically, they would not have that guard up. So that is a possibility. You can also try to demoralize
like
the
weaken
creature so
purpose?
that they leave. But I will note this is a very, very powerful creature, so that could be difficult, but not impossible. They are at hostile, so they're at the full end of that. So it's hostile, guarded, indifferent, agreeable, and favorable. So you'd have to go 5 steps. In that way. But
So
to
that's
do
not really an option. Okay.
depends on how things go.
What does removing purpose do? Is
that
that
means
how it does its spells or attacks or anything?
yes, it does spells. But you'd have to know what its affinities are.
Oh, well, I assume it's to protect this place and this space.
Yes, that's a good assumption. I mean, you're just assuming, but that's a good assumption.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Tilly would assume as well. So in order to use this this ability that I have...
How much ether do you have right now?
2.
Okay, go on.
So if I were to use this ability that I have, but it's acting against one of their affinities, which they're not doing. Okay.
You'd have to convince it to do that.
Okay. I'm going to oh, why am I the one doing this? I'm going to hold my hand up.
It's,
and I'm going to say stop.
You can wait because this is it's a very fluid initiative system. You just want to make sure you go before I do, right?
Yeah.
I might have something if you don't want to go yet.
It's okay. I'm going to go.
Okay.
Stop! The son of Oberon is here. And I'm going to point. I'm going to point to you. I'm so sorry, Otto.
It's okay.
So I assume this is a social attack, try to lower its guard?
Oh yeah. I'm trying to lower its guard. I want it to doubt hurting one of the Fey King's lineage. Hopefully. That's the hope.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need you to roll. This person's I'm gonna need you to roll. They've got a social defense of a 6.
Oh God!
So you're gonna because again, this is Poseidon. So that is a that is a thing. So I'm going to need you to draw, if you do not mind, to try to get through his guard.
Okay.
If you do not mind.
And these are drawing, not using the cards I already have.
That is correct. Draw a new card.
Okay.
If you do not mind.
I don't mind at all.
You know, it's just, I feel like it'll be great. It'll be real awesome. I wouldn't,
-2. But what's it against?
Presence versus guile is you. I mean, there's more than one way to do this. You can do presence, guile, presence, command. I suppose if you were, well, this seems like a little bit of a presence deceit, doesn't it?
I'll do guile if it's okay with you. And that would put me at, hold on. I just know I'm good at guile. Oh no!
Because you're lying. You're being a lying liar, my friend.
I have a 5. I have a 5, which means I'm just below his 6.
It's true. You are. And Poseidon looks at you. And by the way, get rid of the card that you used for that. For that
initiative.
Yep, for that initiative.
Yep. Okay.
Looks at you and says with this, and make sure you, when you draw, put it on the big screen, looks at you and says...
That -2 is mine.
Yeah. Says, I know the lineage of those who bound me here, and my mission is clear. And slams his trident upon the stone of this ballroom, and it echoes. 5s. 4s.
4s.
I have a 4.
That's up to you what you would like to do. You all get to make that choice because you're going before I am.
Okay. Well...
By the way, physical defense is 8 at the moment.
I have something that might lower his guard down if you want to allow me to go first, but if you have a better plan, Nell, you can.
I do not. Oh, boy, do I not.
Okay. Let me go ahead and say that you say that you know all of the lineage. She misspoke. I am not the son, but the grandson.
Oh, fuck.
So, and we have a right to be here. Stand down.
I take it you are trying to lower this fellow's guard.
Yes, but also I have something that doesn't cause ether, as long as I make eye contact with said thing. I do a subtle social attack using presence and guile. The difficulty is against the target's will and composure. If the attack is successful, I gain a temporary rank of affinity against the attacker until the end of the scene. This does not require any ether for me to stand.
Interesting. All right, you said
Lineage of a king, indeed.
Will composure, you said?
Yes, against will plus composure.
Make the roll. Draw. The difficulty.
Draw. Oh, please, if a fate card could come here.
Is 4.
Be so.
For that.
Dang it.
What do you have? Put it on the plate.
It's terrible.
Oh no! How bad?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, that -5 is
is a
not
1.
good.
Yeah.
Oh
that's a
God!
1.
Yeah.
Can you re-roll
Nope.
that?
no
I have
more
no
ether.
ether.
Used all of our ether earlier.
You have no
Yeah.
ether.
Well, could I tap in purpose? No, I can't tap purpose. How? But I.
Have you considered just being nice to us, Trooper?
It's not me.
This is being nice.
You dropped a card.
Presence plus guile. Hold on. Presence is a 4, guile is a 3, so that's 2.
You need a 4.
Holy
And-
cow, a colossal failure.
Wait, what can you do for reaction? Can you help with reaction? Is that a thing you can do?
Well, if somebody wanted to get aid, sort of aid you in that moment, they could sort of try to come in, but you can also make your own act in this moment. I believe it's Nell.
Yes.
Yes. As
Okay.
Poseidon. And I will just also note, whenever it comes time for Poseidon to act, which is going to happen soon, you can always spend 2 cards to interrupt someone. So if I say, Poseidon's going to go and smack you in the face right now, you can be like, oh, interrupt. Just in case. Just in case.
So it's interesting that you're telling me this now. I think I'm gonna listen to you.
just noting it. And I will note that cloak only works against mortals. And
Oh, I thought it was.
This is
I
a-
thought it was Faye. Good.
yeah, works against mortals.
Okay.
Okay,
What would you like to do? I assume you're going to take your card.
My card, yes.
Yeah.
Do I just put it down on the mat?
Yeah. Put it down and get rid of it. And Bonsai, you have to. The card you used for your turn, you should get rid of it out of your hand. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the issue. I can't believe that I'm speaking to this now alive
Yep.
Poseidon.
Yes. Yes.
I don't think I have anything. I mean, I could tempt Poseidon with the flavor of, I don't know. I've got nothing. So can I assist? Can I assist with Otto's play? How do I do that?
Could, but or you can actually just make your own.
Do my own. Okay.
Your own social attack, unless you
Okay.
want to physically attack.
No. I'll save the physical attacks for later. I would like to do a social attack as well.
Presence plus whichever you think is most your approach.
I think so. I'm going to kind of go with Otto's play here. I'm going to continue pushing the grandson of Oberon vibe. So I think Guile. Is that all right?
Depends on how you're going about it. Guile's when you're lying,
Sneaky.
being sneaky about it. Temptations when you want to sort of bargain with a god, fey creature. You could use
bargain.
that would be some temptation. Like temptation. Like I will give you this
Yes.
thing if you want. But that's if you have something that Poseidon would want.
Is there any... Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to figure out
I'm
the
ready.
best way. Is there
Yeah.
anything that I know about Poseidon? Because any sort of weak point that I would know about Poseidon.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Could you roll mysteries
Yes.
or academics with
Mysteries it is.
reason? with reason.
Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, mysteries is definitely...
Yeah. Let's see what you got.
Okay.
You got a 1. So what is your
Yes.
total? And we're gonna put
So
you.
my
We're gonna put you over
total-
here.
Sorry. Apologies.
No worries.
My total would then be... I have 1 in reason and 2 in mysteries, so it would be 4.
4. Yes. So there's one thing that you can think of. There is, if you knew his true name, that would be useful. But you don't. That's hard to
Yes.
come by.
Okay.
But there is something. It's the water. Poseidon is always in the water, surrounded by water, touching water.
Oh.
If he were not in water, not right at the moment, it is raining inside, which only started happening when he came here.
Yeah.
If he were separated from that water, you think it would weaken him. sort of lack of water would be a bane for Poseidon.
Do you think that this man would chase us into an unraining hallway? Because I don't really know how to get it to stop raining, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He
If
busted glass, I assume.
bound here, well, but then that's going to be more water, right?
Exactly.
If he's bound here, he may not chase you, which means if you stay outside, you may be safe. If you stay outside of
the room.
Outside of the room, outside of the range of that trident, you might be safe. If he's bound here, if these sort of magical things are true, then, and it's not raining where you're at in the hallway, it's only raining inside the dome. So if you don't go in there where the tethers are, you might be safe. And if you kind of just stay out of...
How do you unbind a creature, which is probably the scariest thing we could do, but if he's not bound here, maybe he'll just fuck off.
Or chase you. I'm just saying, like, that could also happen. But I'm just, like, just to make you nervous as the church bells ring.
Maybe we could offer him freedom. Anyway, please continue.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kelechi grabs onto Tully's arm when he hears the church bells.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Poseidon, I presume. Hello. Lovely to meet you. Interesting fork you have there. I have a proposition for you. You see, I myself pride freedom very highly, and you, I presume, a god, must not really enjoy spending your time sitting upon a lake with these mere mortals controlling you and giving you jobs. Don't you have anything better to do? My question is, what do you get out of this arrangement, Poseidon?
Oh!
This is a place of power, and it shall be protected.
Yes, but my question is, aren't you the power of the place? Why on earth would you spend your time keeping protection on a place that doesn't belong to you? You have no reason to be here. You're wasting your time.
I may not move from this place.
Are you trapped? Did the mortals trap you?
Am here. This is my ocean, my sea to be protected.
Poseidon.
The rain smells of salt water.
Poseidon. Truly, very interesting. I'm sure you feel very attached to this place. It is wonderful, but it is a lake. It's very small, and you're a god. Don't you want to be in the ocean where you're meant to be? I feel very much that you've been hoodwinked. I feel that you've been tricked into being here. Why do you care?
And you can see you're agitating him. What are you drawing here? This is clearly a presence attack of some sort.
Yes.
Is this presence guile? Are we going for temptation to try
I
to
am
break
tempting
this? Like, what do we
him.
get here?
I am tempting him with the freedom that tempts me. I'm trying to make him realize the fact that he is trapped here against his will and that
That's
he
like
is
your-
not as free as he chooses.
That's your drive, too, isn't it?
Yes.
Very cool.
I feel like this might be morale, yes?
Morale.
You might be going after his morale.
Yes, probably, yeah.
Can you beat a 6?
She's going to
need to
draw
draw.
5. It's going to be fine. You're going to draw
Presence
5.
temptation.
This is temptation.
Yes, I can beat a 6.
And he says, I
Well, wait.
may not leave while I am tethered to this place.
Well, darling, we can untether you.
No one may untether me. Give me your draw. What
I
is
beat a
that?
6, baby.
How much?
That's an 8.
An 8? His morale goes from hostile to guarded as you attack his morale. It's not there yet. You've got some space to go, and that is not high enough to put a condition on him. But he's moved. He's listening, but clearly as he clenches his trident, ready for anyone to come close
Okay.
to commit violence, as he is pushed and forced to do. 5s, 4s, 3s. Tilly. If you would like to move, use your, spend your card.
Yes. I would like to do that.
Please do. As
How many does he need to go down now? 2?
4.
4?
4, because he's very bound to this place.
Yeah.
So convincing is going to take a little bit. A little bit.
Okay. I will do that. It's probably better than physical combat.
You do have that one option of yours.
Yes, but that agreement was that I do physical damage to him, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Although-
don't want to do that. I don't want to destroy Nell's hard work.
A wound does harm someone's morale. Every wound makes you more likely to not want to stay in the fight. Just
But
noting it.
if he would that not bring his meter back up to hostile?
Because getting a wound,
Will
getting a
lower it.
wound, if you wound people, they are less likely to want to stay in the fight. So, for example, if you have a bunch of scrubs, you know what I mean, like really low-powered scrubs, and you give them a wound, they're probably not going to stay in the fight. They're kind of
I
like,
will do it then.
I just got
I will do
attacked,
it then.
gotta go.
I will do it then. I will do
He's
it.
not a scrub though, so
Okay.
he just takes a bit more.
I know, but I'm going to do it in a way that's not. I'm going to try to do it in a way that's not. I'm attacking you. I'm just showing you my power. Hopefully, he takes it that way.
Yes. So, for this to happen, we
Yes.
need to talk about what happened here. Yes.
Yes. So I have this ability that I've been waiting to use, called Favored. The clockwork itself seems to work to protect you from danger. Once per installment, you may avoid an outcome or take narrative control as though you had spent a point of purpose without actually spending the point of purpose. Okay.
And
So-
what you are favored? No, the favor lets you take control, right, of a
Yes.
narrative. Mm-hmm. And what would you like to have? What is this narrative shift that you would like?
I would like to say that I have a prepared spell that normally takes 4 hours to prepare. I'm going to say that Mummy Dearest managed to somehow put this rod already prepared
Yes.
in with the book, or it just appeared in my bag or something like that, and when I flipped to the page in the book, it actually appeared before me. I like that way better. So
Yes.
as soon as I saw that, the rod appeared before me and I picked it up, and so now I know I can use this rod and I can break it to do damage.
This rod is rowan, which is a tree,
Yes.
sometimes called witch hazel.
Yes.
And it is a tree that is used to protect you from Feyfolk. It is well known for that property. And this particular beautiful piece, it's like a dowel of wood, is stained red with blood. Old blood, some time ago, someone bled upon this small rod. And it is not too thick, but breaking it, you suspect, will unleash this magic, but will disorient you a bit.
Okay,
If
yes.
you choose to unleash this magic in this moment.
Yes, so I hold up the wand or the rod, and I say, okay, so I hold it with one hand because it's small. And I just hold it up and I say, you know the lineage, and while we are from the people who bound you here, we have no intention of leaving you here trapped in a lake. She does not lie. You are not in an ocean. You are in but a pond doing the bidding of someone else. We have no intention of keeping you here. You can be free to go back to your ocean. And we have the ability to unbind you. We are
I
powerful
smell
enough.
the ocean. This is where I am. I am
It is a-
Poseidon, god
It's a
of the
trick!
ocean.
And I just I snap it then when I say it is a trick, and maybe this will help heighten your senses.
Tilly, you are unbalanced.
Okay, yeah. So I as soon as I snap that, I kind of get really dizzy and I'm trying to hold it together, but I think I discreetly maybe put a hand on whoever's next to me. I think it's Kalechi actually. So I'm just kind of staying steady.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
As
yeah.
you break this rod, the splinters dig into your palm, and you bleed,
Oh, okay.
and you lose a point of ether
Okay. Oh, I get to. Oh, yep. That's for the spell.
for the spell.
Yep.
And Poseidon has his guard up. No one should be able to injure or harm Poseidon while his guard is what it is. But magic doesn't work that way. Magic works differently. And Poseidon, you see a cut snake across his chest and black ichor bleeds.
Oh,
From
I
the
feel so
wound.
badly for him.
I lose an initiative card.
Oh, wow. That is a big deal.
It is a big deal because I am wounded. And as you show your power, the strength of magic that you possess, ancient magic, magic that most should not possess, you can see Poseidon's grip loosen on the trident briefly before he grips tighter. 3s. Poseidon will go. None of you are currently in melee range because none of you are inside the dome as the bells are ringing. But Poseidon doesn't need to physically touch you to affect you.
Oh, boy.
Poseidon opens his mouth, and you can see his jaw unhinge and distend as the teeth of the anglerfish, jagged, pointy, sharp, needle-like, rows upon rows with this dripping ichor, just opens, and out of his mouth you hear a shriek, a wail, a sound that could only come from the depths of the ocean as Poseidon goes. I will make a social attack, my friends.
Oof.
That is quite the social attack.
Poseidon drew very badly.
Good for him.
5.
What is that
Whatever
again?
else, that is against your... Oh, my friends. This will be will, I'd say.
Is it all of us?
Yes, because it's all
Oh,
of you
cool.
in...
Okay. Holy
in,
shit.
yeah, this is Poseidon's no joke.
Yeah.
You know, this is what is it? It should be on your character sheet actually. It's will plus, and then what are you?
Skill? Will plus skill?
No, it
Social
should be will plus command or composure.
It's not great
Command or
for
composure,
me.
because this is to frighten you.
I drew a -4.
No, you don't.
so
You don't have to draw. It's just what is
Oh.
your defense?
Oh,
Will plus
oh, thank God. Okay.
Oh, with the minus.
4. Okay.
7.
7, 3. Tilly, you are not feared
Okay.
by him. I'm going to ask, because this is important, because he's acting against all of you. Any of you who wishes can take a reaction. You can take a reaction action, but then you have to do something in response to his... Would you like to respond? You would like to
Yes.
react?
Am I
Kalechi,
able
would
to,
you like to
though?
react? Oh, yeah. Anybody can
Okay.
react if he acts upon you. Kalechi, would you like to take a reaction? With a reaction,
kind
you
of-
cannot maneuver, though.
Yeah. So if I take a reaction, does that mean on my turn I can't do maneuver, or I can't do maneuver?
Well, you
now
just
in
use a
this
card.
Okay.
It's basically you can take an when somebody acts upon you, you can basically counterattack, except you just don't
Okay.
get to maneuver. And it,
So do I still take this damage?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yes,
my
you do.
reaction, I would
Okay.
like to not
I just want to know who's. I just need to know who's reacting, especially the people who have 5s. This is what I need to know,
I'm just double checking.
and I'm going to tell you why. Because if
Okay.
you're reacting, ties go to you. If you don't, ties go to him.
Okay. Can I just double check in terms of what a reaction is? So I have Ever Ready as one of my assets. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if that counts. I'm just gonna double check it. I think I've already tried to do this once and it didn't work. Oh dear. Oh dear, finding this in the book is...
Ever ready? It should be just in.
Ever
Yeah, it should just be in. What do you call it? Advantages. Where is it? 156.
Okay. So sorry, everybody.
Oh,
No, you're good.
This is if you, yeah. So that you could, yes, you could take maneuver if you needed it in this moment because you're ever ready. Because
Even if you're reacting. Okay. So it is not official. It's not a reaction. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I just need to know from Otto and Nell if you'll be reacting, because that will determine whether or not you get affected by this.
I'll react if I can.
Yep.
Yes.
As long as you spend a card.
So it's only just a card, but then if I spend my card, I can't do anything else because it's my last card.
But it is an action you get to do.
Is it
It's like
any
a-
card?
Alright.
It can be
Any
my
card.
lowest card.
Yes. When you react, you can spend your lowest.
Okay.
All right.
I'm doing that.
All right. So let's.
I'm going to react as well afterwards.
Yeah.
I'll react. We're all
If you're going to react, spend a card, which is a move. So, Kalechi, lose a guard,
Okay.
and I think you only have. Would you only have one guard? Is that correct?
I don't know how to calculate guard, I'm going to be honest.
It should be on your character sheet, actually. It's yeah.
think
You only
it's
have one
one.
guard. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. There you go. Perfect. So you have no more guard. If you get hit, you'll be wounded. Everybody so you got hit. You two are reacting, so you don't get. So none of you, the rest of you, do not lose guard. You're able to keep your mind about you as Poseidon shrieks at you. Tilly.
I don't know if this is allowed, but may I use my reaction to take the wound instead?
It's not a wound. It's loss of guard. Because you
No, I
can't,
mean
as
for
long as you have...
Kalechi.
Oh, he didn't get wounded. He
Oh, okay,
lost his
okay,
guard.
okay.
You
Okay,
can't get
okay.
wounded while you have guard. And see, what Poseidon likes to do is freak you all out so you lose guard so that when he does hit you, he wounds you.
Yeah, okay.
So he's setting you up for
okay.
doom.
Okay.
So Kalechi has no guard right now.
Yeah,
So,
so
if
can
Kalechi went
am I
into the
able
room, you know.
Okay. All right. So I can't use my reaction to lose my guard instead of him? Okay.
Can I
But-
shout like a snappy thing back at him?
Yes, you can.
May I?
Yes, you may. Yes, you may.
We're not going to be frightened of a fish in a bowl.
I presume you're trying to demoralize him. Is this correct?
Holy
Yes.
shit, Nell! Dude! Wow! I love her!
What is your
God.
approach?
Yeah, that's a question. Presence command, maybe?
Yes.
Can I
Yes.
do that?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You need to beat 6, though, as you stand up to a god.
Can
To a
I
god.
use my reaction to help her?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
In
Is
which
it-
case,
Is it
you
better
will
to help
also
her
draw.
or do my own?
It's up to
Okay.
you. What will happen is
Okay.
you will take the best of the both of you.
Oh,
So,
I see.
but if you both
I'm
do
not
separate,
very
you have
good
two
at
separate.
Yeah. I'll do it separately. Sorry, Nell.
Okay, shall I draw a card?
Yes, please. You need to beat a 6.
Oh no. Can I spend an ether?
Yes, you can.
Oh!
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I'm redrawing. Oh no.
Is that a 6?
No, it's so I'm a 6. I'm at a 6. So I would need a plus something. Can I spend another ether?
Nope, you cannot.
Okay.
But you have tied him,
Yes.
right?
Okay. No. With the -2, it's a 4. Sorry.
4.
To be clear, without the card, I'm at a 6. With the -2, I'm at a 4.
I see.
Yes.
No.
So I have
you do
not
not.
tied him.
Yeah,
Okay.
You do not. You have not tied him. Other
I'm
reactions.
scared of the fish in the bowl.
Yep.
He is hard to intimidate.
Yep.
Hard
imagine.
to
I
intimidate.
mean, but she's
He's a
fucking
god.
doing great at it. Yeah.
Yes, you are. He's close. You have the other 3 of you are all taking reactions. Who wants to go next?
Oh, this is reactions? Mm-hmm. Kalechi, you can go ahead. You said you had an idea.
So yeah, I think Kalechi is trying his best to keep calm, but he speaks out, especially after Nell being brave to burn Poseidon. You probably have seen me around when I was building this place, the place that's apparently trapped you. No one can let you free except me. I know this place like the back of my hand. I have the schematics to everything here. I know exactly how you've been kept here. I know exactly how to free you. So let us do that, and you can go to your actual sea. You're in a lake, Poseidon.
This seems like you're trying to damage his morale, and this seems like temptation, yes?
Yes.
Presence
Logic.
temptation,
Jesus.
please.
Holy shit.
You need a 6. You need to beat a 6.
So is that presence and temptation?
It is. I'm just going to note for
Okay.
our chat, this is a conflict which could be done with knives. They're currently trying to demoralize him.
God damn it.
You have an ether.
Yeah, but I need it. I need my ether for my transmutation.
How much ether do you have left?
2. And I want to
only
be able to
need
have one. Yeah, but just in case I don't roll well. I'm
I
kind of
know.
well for that.
You can only,
I'm
use
gonna-
it once on your transmutation.
It's true.
Yeah, I know my
only need the one.
transmutation uses an ether, and if I want to reroll that, I
I
use another
see.
ether.
I
So I only
see.
have 2.
That's fair.
But I might as well. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna use my ether.
I mean, it's pretty hard to do the transmutation when we're dead.
Exactly. Nope, did not get better.
And he looks to you, Poseidon, and he says, I cannot be freed by normal means. I am freed by all of the blood I shed, and by keeping this place safe. And he sort of takes a step. Tilly and Otto have not yet taken their reactions.
I will go ahead if you don't mind, Tilly.
I don't mind. I don't mind at all.
All right. I am going to use. Would it be parlay or bureaucracy saying that there was the contract was not quite well done? What would you say? I would prefer partly, because I could.
Yes. I would say you can certainly use parlay, because that is, yes, you can use either one, actually. Either one.
All right, I'll go ahead and say, Poseidon, let me read over your contract. There are other ways, as you know, the Fae handle their words correctly. There may be a stipulation. You do not want to be trapped in this lake.
I am in an ocean.
God, you are not in an ocean. Look at show me your contract. Does it say ocean or does it say lake? And I will
Draw as you are trying to work through, because Fae are all about contracts, my friend.
Yeah, they are.
You need to beat a 6.
Bureaucracy.
What is this? This is parley plus
Presence.
presence. All right, so that is. All right, I got
Please draw
an
a
8
fake card.
minus
Please draw a fake
3.
card.
That's a 5.
Dang it!
You need a 6.
God, dang it! 1 point. 1
And he
point.
says, "My
Well, but
contract
does-
is made." You can spend an ether.
I can't.
No.
Well, would its silver tongue for my reputation help at all?
Your reputations will help you become more effective when you land, when you hit. Is what it does.
Dang it!
My contract is in blood. Tilly,
Dang it!
you're our last reactor.
Okay, I am going to. Hold on, I'm just. Okay, it just says I don't have to use an ether for this. Subtly test presence and guile to make opponent to do an illusion. Can I do that? Okay. Then I'm going to do that. But I am trying to demoralize him. But if you'll allow, I don't
Please.
want to show him an illusion. I want to somehow draw his focus on the concrete that surrounds him. He is not in a lake. He is in a physical stone prison, and it is not the same.
Okay. All
So
right.
that's the demoralization I'm going for. So card.
Yes,
Or
please.
no. Yes, and it's against my okay.
Presence plus guile.
Sorry, I got the fake card. What?
Thank
Oh
fuck.
my God!
I'm gonna pass out.
I can't tell if this is so good or so bad.
Well, it's fate. It must be in our favor, right? I hope.
So,
Holy
I'm going to ask
shit.
you a question.
Yes.
With the fate point,
Yes.
you are able. This counts as an extreme success.
Yes.
So I'm going to just let you know how this works.
Okay.
Somebody has their disposition, right?
Uh-huh.
You bring them all the way to favorable, which you have not done, and then
Okay.
if you get one more success, you can put an outcome on them.
Okay.
And an outcome could be for something like this, that you persuade them
Yes.
to do something,
Uh-huh.
or you convince them of some fact. If it were physical combat, you'd give them a wound.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about extraordinary successes. With an extraordinary success, which this fate card represents, you can place the outcome you want on them now without bringing them through the process. So you may, if you choose,
Okay. Uh-huh.
persuade them of something or convince them of something. now without
I
having
would-
to push them further.
Oh, I would like to persuade him. I think I think the illusion that I cast, that's not really an illusion. It's just accentuating the stone that surrounds him and the glass. And I say, look around you. You are not in the ocean. You are in a prison. And I actually say to him from the bottom of my heart, and I mean it, no one deserves to be trapped. Let us free you. And I mean it. And that's maybe why this actually works.
Threes. Twos.
Me,
Yes.
I have a 2.
I'm going to note that the persuade condition has been placed on
Oh my God.
Poseidon. And Poseidon stands inside this dome as it rains upon him with his trident, which has a malevolent and dangerous air about it. Steam rises off of it slowly, and his grip loosens, and he lowers the trident. How can you free me from this cage?
We can break the cage. We can look at your contract, see if there's a way out of that. Or you can help us do what we came here to do, which is to free everything bound in this place. And by doing so, it will free you as well.
Do you believe that to be true, or are you lying?
I believe that to be true. I believe that, I mean, if he has no reason to protect this place, I mean, I hope it's true. Oh,
No.
dear God.
He stands guard down, not being violent. We will take ourselves out of conflict space because you have socially convinced him not to murder you all with a very, very large trident. So tell
Water's
me,
up to our knees now. It's just like, oh, hey.
right? What do you do as he stands in the middle of this underground ballroom?
Me. How did you get here?
I have been here in the ocean.
Who convinced you to be here?
And he's thinking. You can tell there's something binding him to this place. The glamour that made him realize he is in a cage, and that this ritual space is a cage, not a ballroom. And I was sleeping and awake here with a drive to protect this place. And Tilly, if this is an affinity, because you work against affinities a lot, this is a
Yeah.
power affinity someone has placed on him. Probably some sort of sorcery
Then I
trapped him
say,
here.
but that's not your desire to protect this space. This particular space, is it? Search your feelings, that's not yours.
Kalechi, what are you doing?
I think at this point he's slowly getting closer to the pedestal.
Kalechi
Keep an eye
walks
on.
into this place of power. And he sees Kalechi enter and does not strike. But
I would
steps
like-
back. Nell.
Yeah, I would like to start walking forward towards him with my hands out. I've been trapped too. Sold a story. Promises were given to me, and I ended up in a place very much like this. Convinced of things very similar to yours. It does not end well, and we can help you.
I step forward as well, following her lead. I was traded at birth. I had no say, obviously, and I feel trapped too. And I don't pity you, but I know your story, I know your legend, and this is not it. And you deserve to be with dolphins and in the oceans, not here in a lake doing someone's bidding.
While
Everyone deserves freedom.
While Kelechi is going towards the pedestal, he doesn't even look at Poseidon. He goes to the pedestal, and as he's drawing, pulls out a chalk, and as he's drawing, he says, I was taken from my home about 120 years ago. Haven't seen any of my family. Pretty sure my mother's dead. I know how it feels to be taken and put in a place where you don't belong. And he's just saying that as he's drawing this.
Arcane and is raining, but you are using alchemical chalk, which cares not for water.
No,
The
it's like
design you make. What do they look
the
like?
design is. I don't think anyone's like knows alchemy in this group, but if you've seen any traditional alchemy symbols, what he's drawing looks nothing like that. You can tell that this is the alchemical drawing of someone who he understands it so well that he can cut corners. Almost like how you can do field medicine isn't quite the same as medicine. This is field alchemy for him. And he mentioned before he learned his alchemy in Nigeria. So his alchemical symbol was very, very different. But does the same job.
Faces you, Kelechi, and he says, I know the ocean of your home, for I am the god of all oceans, and I am in all ocean space. You... He turns to Otto. Have you been taken?
Not me, but my other half. I know what it's like to feel like you're not who you should be and how you should be. And I know enough to fix things. I am part of the blood that seals you here, and if I could read over and make right what is wrong, put you in your rightful place, in your rightful space, let me do so.
You must break the contract with him. With Oberon.
Well, we're supposed to try to trick him into coming over here so that we can free everybody, so maybe we can do that then.
But there was a man, the conduit for Oberon, to work, to bring me here into
Wait, I'm
this
sorry.
realm.
What does that mean? Conduit.
I may not live in this realm. The oceans are a border, and I spend my time in my realm. The oceans of the borderlands, it is a space of dreams, and I have been brought to this space and bound by the hands of a man, I suspect on the other end of that tunnel. And he walks
Viscount.
past you all to the doorway, and he cannot leave. He tries to walk through.
Can we break these tethers? Do you know how?
The contract must be broken.
Can you
What is
show
his
us?
end of the contract?
I was asleep. Power. I will wait in my statue till you break the contract. Above me is the ocean. I will be safe.
I have a question, and again, still drawing this symbol. Like I said, I've been taken before from my home and made to work on foreign lands.
Where
I escaped. You were in England, Surrey, in the lake. In the
not my
ballroom
home.
that I built. No. I escaped the cage I was brought to. And he kind of looks at Nell and then Tilly. By killing the owner, my owner, would that work for you?
Yes. He is the conduit that binds the contract. Without him, I would be freed.
All right, we're talking really quickly here. We're talking about killing the Viscount.
A man tall, 60s of your years, of some, with an air of arrogance, power
Yes.
stolen from others.
I believe it's the Viscount. This is his house. He trapped you in his house.
I need to ask you, Kalechi, what do you want to transmute that reinforced concrete into?
God, I want to be flashy, but I don't have the ether for that. So,
It's a risk.
yeah.
Wood is a difficulty 5. Glass is a difficulty 7.
I want to. I'll change it to wood. Something lighter that can actually move.
Draw.
Fuck. Oh, okay. Can I change my mind? And I've seen that
green.
number.
In the green.
Oh, in the green. My bad.
Yep.
Ooh.
And the metallic chalk with these symbols that I imagine are ancestral, earthy, not hermetic math, catch fire with a green flame, and the circle that you've built around this pedestal catches fire brightly. And the pedestal itself starts to shift its form as the power of alchemy to transmute one thing from one to the other changes this concrete to wood. And Poseidon sees this and notes the power of this group. And smashes the trident on the box, splintering it to pieces. And inside, which was a box covering this basin, you see a woman's severed hand. Tilly, it looks like your hand. And next to it, a pair of cufflinks. And Poseidon says, I shall await in dreams until I am allowed to return. The water above will protect me. And Poseidon lifts his hand up to the center of the dome and shifts upward into what you know is the statue. The windows are dark, actually. You don't know what's outside anymore. The whole space is dark. You don't know what it looks like. You can't see the fish or the water. You can't see anything on the other side of those windows. And as Poseidon, the last inch of Poseidon enters into the statue that you cannot see through the darkness, into the safety of the water outside, you hear something awful. You hear a cry of pain. You hear someone drowning. The water that was up to your knees drains into that basin where the severed hand sits with the cufflinks, and you can hear someone drowning, choking for air, their gills finding no purchase, finding no sustenance. Something is wrong. It is as if a doom card was pulled not too long ago. And the question becomes, what happened? And where are you? What do you do?
Kelechi is probably looking away from everyone because he was definitely crying. Okay.
I don't know what to do.
The tethers are there.
We break the tethers and then we kill the Viscount.
But isn't the rest of this, like, I'm supposed to go over there with the gem, and my whole life I thought this place was horrible and these people were terrible, forcing you into these positions. And it's the same over there. This place I've been fantasizing about is the same as where I am.
I believe it's the rule. No exception. But rules are made by individuals. And if you return, you will have the power to change it. It doesn't have to be that way.
Maybe.
No, I think Nell does have a point. You are royalty, Tilly. You can change it. You can bring a new revolution. You're stuck in the past, but maybe technology can help. Maybe that's why they fear change so much. Why they fear the mechanical beast.
How do we break these? And I don't just mean these ones. I mean ours too.
I pull out the gem from my pocket.
Has a slight pulse to it.
Which of these belong to her?
I look to Otto.
The hand. It was on the right, if I remember correctly.
The hand is the one on the left, which smells of jasmine. The cufflinks.
And the tethers
on the
are
right.
attached to the hand.
Can we just take them out of the box?
There are 2 tethers.
I
There's
imagine
a
we'd
hand
want to
and
keep.
cufflinks.
I imagine we'd want to keep the Viscounts
Yes.
as immobile as possible.
I would like to reach in and take the hand. I'm holding the gem in one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The hand begins to reach for the gem. The severed hand.
Should I give it to her?
It seems like she wants it.
Yeah. But... And I know this is my mother I'm talking about, but not for her, but for us. If there is any trickery, I want you to know that I stand with you.
I'm gonna put the jewel into the hand.
And the hand clutches the jewel. There's a weird feeling you have about it. Nell,
Yeah.
the hand clutches the jewel, and then, with just its pinky, it taps your hand that is holding it. Just lightly. And you keep the cufflinks in the basin?
Now, what if we took them? Would that mean that we have power over him?
I think so. I would like to take them. If everyone's okay with that, I feel like that's the right thing to do. The wood here has been smashed. All he would need to do is walk into this ballroom and take them.
Yes, but if we bring the anchor to the tether, does that not mean he could follow us wherever we go? As long as the tether links us to him.
Don't we want that? Don't we want him to come to us?
Do we really want to kill him?
I don't know.
Yes.
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 I would say yes.
Take the cufflinks. We pick ground that we can fight easily on.
I take the cufflinks, but I look at Kalechi, and after hearing his story and knowing that he has been working for the Viscount for longer than I've been alive, I'll hand them to him. Do you...
The cufflinks are... They don't have a heartbeat to them, but they're not cold. It is clear to you there is an essence of the Viscount here in these cufflinks. A tether to him.
I will help you, but I feel like you might want to be the one to have this. Just hand them to him.
I don't have much sympathy for people who take others from their homeland and make them work.
Otto, you ate the food, did you not? When you were in
Yes,
the
I did.
Borderlands?
Because I didn't know any better. Did
You
not
feel a bit
know
of a
any
pain on your forehead.
Otto, are you all right?
It hurts. Something hurts.
The cufflinks? Do we need to put them back?
No, it's...
You can see something on his forehead, Tilly.
Oh my god. What is that? Move your hand.
It's a brand. No one else can see it. He is marked. He belongs to someone. If you can see it and they can't, this is a Fey brand. It wasn't
no.
before, but it is here now.
Does it smell like jasmine? Is it a brand from my family?
Fur.
Otto, you have a... You've been marked. It looks like a... Looks like a brand.
What?
Yes. And it smells like fur.
What does that mean?
It's ownership.
Ownership by who?
I'm assuming your family.
What can they do with that? What does that...
I don't... What was it? I didn't sign any contracts or anything.
Do they have your blood? Did you eat anything
No.
or drink anything?
Yes, I was gone for 3 days. I can't... You can't live without drinking something without 3 days.
You hear birds singing. Probably nightingales? Very close.
Do you hear... Do you hear
we
birds?
all hear it?
Do we
Yes,
all hear it? Okay.
I do.
And the swaying of trees.
What is happening?
And the last of the gurgles of a drowning man.
Oh,
And Poseidon is fine up there in statue form, right?
In the water, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
wait,
okay.
is there any, like, gurgling? Can we see through the glass? Can we see
You can't
something?
see through the glass at all.
I don't know who's drowning right now. It's freaking me out.
Everyone, could you all step back for a moment?
I immediately do that.
I'm going to try and break the glass.
Physique. And what melee, fisticuffs, which skill you would like.
Okay.
Argue science. Because you know
Could I?
exactly
Yeah,
what
You
I'm
could
trying
also
to...
you could do physique and engineering to sort of get a good.
Okay. Wait, physique? What's physique? You mean vigor?
It should be it's the one that's paired with grace. Vigor. Yes, thank you. Vigor.
Vigor. Okay. Vigor. And what was the other one you said? Engineering.
You can do engineering to sort of find the right space to smash.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's really good. Okay.
What is your total?
Vigor engineering is 2 + 5. That's an 8 total.
Tell me how you smash one of these windows.
Kind of muttering, like talking out loud to himself. Viscount was really particular about the angles. Wasn't great for the structure integrity, but apparently it was good for this ritual. But that just means it should be easy to break around here. And he just points to one window, and he's going to just punch through it.
And your fingers hit this very, very thick glass. Cut, blood. And you hear the church bells striking midnight again. But it struck midnight before the doom card was pulled. It's striking them again. No water comes through the broken glass.
Oh,
Kalechi kind of like with a bloody hand. I thought so.
What does this mean?
Poseidon is dying, dead. He needs water to breathe.
The cards that were pulled for the Doom card in a breached location is translocation. The space you are has been moved. As you look out this broken glass, you are deep, deep in the 1,000-year forest. And if midnight has struck again, it is Midsummer's Eve.
We lost a day.
And you can smell the forest.
No, wait. The thing, the contract. I'm gonna. Can I grab the things from Kalichi and try to smash it? Because if in Otto's mind, if Poseidon dies, Poseidon sacrifice.
Yeah.
And the statue is above the dome. A statue in air, not in water.
Oh
A
my
statue
god!
that is old.
Can you transmute again? Can you do anything to help him? I am begging, Kalechi.
No.
Like I said, I can't do anything.
Yes.
I don't understand living matter. And
Is there-
Who is the
alchemy
last
Can I-
person you'd want to hear from right now? No.
Me?
A memory.
The last person I'd want to hear from?
Yes.
I don't
Probably
like the sound of that.
Probably the doctor that worked on me.
And you hear his voice. Well, well, well. Looks like this might be an interesting experiment. And you can see him in the forest. And he says, "You should come out from that place you're hiding. Come out into the forest. I feel like this pair of eyes is not good enough. Let's try a second pair of eyes. The scalpel won't hurt too much. Not too much.
No, please.
Can't have anesthesia. It ruins all of the connections."
Please, no.
Kalechi, what is the last voice you'd like to hear right now in this haunted forest?
Oh boy. His last, before he was a free man, his owner.
And you can hear his boots on wood, even though you're out in the middle of the forest. And you hear his voice, and he goes, "Well, I don't know. Feel pretty lucky, and I got somebody who's not gonna die, which means I got work forever. And since you can't die permanently, I can make you do anything and everything dangerous. So, I need you to pick up that boiling cauldron, move it from here to there. Over and over and over."
No, I killed you. I'm free now. I don't work for
You're
you.
never free. Never really. Never really free. You think you could get rid of me this easily? No. Tilly,
Yeah.
what is the last voice you'd like to hear in this haunted 1,000-year forest?
I mean, if it's me and my mother, I'd love to hear her voice, but if she's going to be mean to me, it would devastate me.
You see your mother. And she's wearing leaves. And she's seated on a bank by a pond, a brook. And she's smiling. She's smiling to that little girl you saw. before. The one who could be you. She smiles at that little girl. And she gives her a hug. The little girl hugs her back. And she says, "Now don't go too far from my sight. I have to keep you safe. That's a little bit of a bother. But don't worry. You are loved, and I will not give you up. I don't care what he has to say and what kind of jealousies he has. You are mine, my love." And as she gives this little girl the biggest hug and the most love, with all the affection and gentleness, she looks over across the way which you can see through the broken glass, and there are mortals being brought in. 5, 6, 7. And she says, "Welcome to my domain. Please, eat. You are welcome." And the mortals, confused, are given wine and food, and they eat. And then she smiles, with you, or this little girl on her lap. And then the mortals seem confused as brands emerge on their forehead. And she says, "You will always be a member of my court, mortals, and you shall serve the Queen of the Fae." Otto, I do not have a question for you. I have an answer. You see the green gazebo. A beautiful gazebo in the heart of the 1,000-year wood. Beautiful green. Green because it is of a fresh wood. And standing in the center of the green gazebo is your sister, Buttercup. Translucent, not completely corporeal, beckoning you to come. And the tether of the Viscount removed frees him from the estate, which means he can conduct the ritual. And you hear the sound of hounds in the distance. It is Midsummer Eve. You're at the green gazebo. It is midnight. The walls are thin. Spirits walk. And that is the episode for today.
Wow! What the fuck? What a roller coaster!
Trooper,
Wow, okay.
listen. I
What
know
a
I pulled the Doom
fucking
card,
roller coaster.
but how dare
All
you?
of that from the Doom card. Fuck. Okay.
Hey, Doom Card translocated you all, which, you know.
And then
Did we just straight up kill Poseidon? We promised to free him, and then we just actually killed him.
Yeah, I had the feeling that was happening when I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, when you said birds are chapping, I was like, oh, okay, I know what's happening now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Fae creatures are difficult beings. They are tricky. As PB knows quite well, they are very kind, but they are also not at all. They are not human. They are not mortals. They do not operate with our understanding of the world. And they need mortals in their realm. And so they take them. And some have been taken. And the question is, as you are now in the heart of the 1,000-year wood on Midsummer Eve, when the veil is the thinnest between here and there, can you get yourselves to the other side And do you want to? But remember, if the queen is here, it will destroy the world. The Pontiff will only get stronger, and the upturning of all will only get more intense. And that, my friend, something to ponder. And so as we make our way out, thank you for sticking with us. I would love each one of my most amazing players to tell me where you are, who you are, where we can find you. Please give some love to someone else in the cast. And let me ask the question. At this moment, as you're in a ballroom that is no longer underground but has been translocated, and by the way, that was a random effect from the draw of the cards. That's what it said. Do you plan on going through to the other side? At least at this moment. Let us start with Kalechi. Drac. My favorite. Your owner, I'm sure, was quite happy to find a Nephilim who can't die and can do the most terrible work ever, and if you die, can just bring you back. I imagine it was a terrible, terrible time. Until you killed him. And he or his spirit or his shade or his... It's a question, really. There are always stories about will-o'-the-wisps in the woods that are there to lure you out to be taken, but all of these visions seem to be asking you to stay where you are and not leave. So I'll ask, does Kalechi want to leave the safe space of this ballroom when outside there are bad memories? Who are you? Where you at? Give some love. Does Kalechi want to leave?
Okay, so hi, I'm Draconics, or Jack for short. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics, that's DRAKONIQUES. I stream all over the place, so that's probably the best place to find out my schedule. I have that pinned on my account actually, so you can find that there. I saw people in chat asking like they weren't sure. Yes, Kalechi is an ex-slave. He killed his owner, and that's how he became like a free man.
Because it's only 1896. Slavery has not been outlawed for that long. Yeah. And even though he is no longer enslaved, his country is colonized.
Also, his mum is not a Nephilim. She's a mortal, so she died over 100 years ago. Yeah. Also, another thing that I want to point out, because I did. This is probably not going to come up, but also he killed his owner with the first iteration of the poison that he now saw.
Whoa!
Yeah, that first iteration took much longer.
Metal as
15 minutes.
It might come up because you have a shade of your owner out there.
But Kalechi, what do you want to leave? Oh fuck. I think it's a feeling of mixture.
The last thing you want.
But he's feeling a lot of rage right now, like just anger, because I think he very much related to Poseidon, which is a very weird sentence for me to say, because he was quite literally taken from where he's from, made to work against his will in a place he doesn't belong. So
not that happening, really understanding, right? Because he was bound and glamored. So
I think he does want to go out there. I think he just, for the first time ever, he's not thinking logically. It's pure emotion, which is very new to him. He's just furious and wants to take it out on someone.
Give some love.
Yes. Oh God. Can I give? I know this feels like a cop out, but I want to give love to everyone because everyone was so fucking cool.
Yeah. No.
God.
It's not a cop out.
That was crazy.
Everyone was so good. Like Nell's quips. I don't know how you do it, man.
Dude.
I cannot think on my feet like that.
We're not afraid of a fish in a fishbowl. Knock me up.
God. And like with just the emotion. Whenever your sister comes up, I can tell that you look like you're on the verge of crying. And I'm like, I can't cry. I'm playing a character who feels nothing. I can't do this right now. And honestly, same with Tilly, same with PB. Every time, I think PB definitely the closest to getting me to cry. Like every interaction, anything honestly that's to do with your mother, especially the end of the flashback, or I guess quote unquote flashback. Just seeing your face. Yeah, you embody your
So
character, and it's very
sad.
hard. Yeah, it really is. So yeah, I'm gonna give love to everyone, and obviously Trooper, you're fucking incredible GM.
Oh my god.
Great gossip meister.
Yeah. And the commitment to kill someone that we were all super in love with.
Right.
You know, it was a random draw of the card, but a lot of GMs would chicken out from that. So thank you. It makes the story good.
Yeah, it's and it's a hard way to die, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hard way to die.
Now, here's the question that will keep Tilly up for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
Did he think we did it to him? Because I think he probably thinks we betrayed him in the end.
No, I don't think he did.
Oh, thank God.
Because I don't think that he thought you had that much power to translocate,
good.
right?
Yeah.
A whole space.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he thought it was his fault for even talking
Yes.
to us
Yeah.
and breaking his contract.
Yeah, that's probably more likely. Yeah.
Worse.
Fucking
That's
terrible.
worse.
Yeah.
That's
That it
terrible.
was his,
Because we didn't have time to break his contract.
but there will be contracts to worry about. I'm gonna go around with the will you leave and love, and then you can give your sign out. PB. Will you leave? At this moment, does Tilly want to go out into that forest?
Okay, there are two conflicting feelings that Tilly has right now. One, just the absolute devastation that this place she's been fantasizing about since forever is essentially the same, if not worse, than the place that she is in currently right now. And the absolute determination to change it. And and I'm saying this as in a place of Tilly's current feelings right now, so none
might
of you
change.
all judge her, okay? It might change.
No, it might change.
But right now, if that means not doing what her mother asks, then she will do it. If she has to bring about the change, then she'll do it.
She didn't grow up being a rebel so that she
That's
could
right.
just suddenly not be one.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some conversations I'm very excited about having. Love? Give some love?
Oh, everyone, are you kidding me? That was an insane episode. Holy shit. I echo everything that was said. My God, it was so good. Whack with the fucking sound and the
Oh my
creepy
gosh,
music
whack.
God.
Whack.
and the drowning noises. I can't. It was so good. It was so good. It was so fucking good. Also, please come watch my show tomorrow.
What? Please.
Please. That would be cool.
I'm gonna be there. I'm
3 p.m.
definitely watching.
Oh, 1000%.
Bonsai?
Hello.
You were the only one who did not get a vision that was meant to keep you away, because your sister, the other side of the door, is here, and also Luxie Games is going to be here next week. And, yeah. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So that's the spoiler.
Oh my God. We get her back.
Yeah. Does Otto want to leave?
You know, I'll be real honest. Otto, at the moment, does not, because he doesn't. Ultimate goal is to be with his sister, but not sacrificing his friends.
Yeah. Maybe you can find a way through the contract.
But also, I'm conflicted because I have now this brand on my head, apparently.
Yes.
I wonder if my sister has, because she's been in there for years.
Yes,
Maybe
she
we
does.
could just overthrow the current government. I'll take out Mom, you take out Granddad, and then we just rule and we write the contracts ourselves, which are that there are no more contracts.
I wonder if that's a workable solution. There's some conversations that need to be had. Give some love, dearest Bonsai, because
All right, so I will go ahead, Trooper, for there's so many moments you just telling all of our stories and reactions. I almost cried so many times. Your how you paint the picture and everything, your storytelling ability. I just want to give you so much love because it made me it takes a lot of skill and work to make players feel in the depths of their stomach, not even just one moment, but for hours. So
And the roller coaster of feels.
Yeah.
The
The roller
scariness, the
coaster.
tension, and then the sadness and the tension and the sadness and, you know,
Yeah.
A lot of sadness.
lots of sadness.
Murgles,
Yes.
does Nell want to leave the safety of the dome, the ballroom?
There is no safety. Safety is an illusion. Safety is moving. So, yeah, she wants to leave the dome.
Give some love.
Ooh, everyone. Once again, everyone. But specifically, I think my favorite, I mean, like, just to echo back about your GMing trooper is like, I also feel as a player so supported and respected in the story that I came to the show with, and like enriched in that, which is so cool. It's just so cool that you like support each of our stories so much. And
It's because I love
Yeah.
you all.
oh my god, well, we love you.
So,
And then like Otto's narrative and Otto's like speech at the very beginning, and that moment with Kalechi was
That
just
reveal
so
was insane.
special. Like when Kalechi was just like, is that what you want to look like? And Otto was like, no one's ever asked me that before. And yes, I was like, oh my god, this is actual magic. There's just so much there that I appreciate so wholeheartedly. So yeah, if I had to,
That also
you know,
almost made me cry.
oh my god, dude. Yeah, so good.
I'm going to ask all of you, where can we find you? Who are you? Where can we find you? Drac, boom.
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. I stream everywhere, so that's the best place to find me.
PB! No, PB's last because of unholy.
Oh, yep.
Bonsai.
Ungodly.
Ungodly.
Yeah,
She's also
jeez.
unholy.
I didn't
PB
even
is
catch it. I
unholy,
didn't
but
even
the
catch
show
it.
is ungodly.
Yes. Bonsai, where can we find you?
Hey, I'm Bonsai Baby here on Twitch. I do woodworking and make lots of noise. Mostly, I just make lots of noise. Also, power washing. I am playing Power Washing Simulator here on Twitch. Best game ever.
You're the second person today to tell me that, and that's very weird.
And also, you're sometimes on Gen Con TV?
Oh yes. Also, I am on Fridays. I am on Gen Con TV. So, like, I may be a nerd. I hide it very well. But yes, I'm on Gen Con TV as well. In the afternoons, just giving you all the latest, like, tabletop gossip news and all kinds of like sneak peeks and stuff.
Gossip?
Yeah.
Muggles.
Yes.
Where can
hi.
we find you?
You can find me Murgles, twitch.tv/Murgles. I'm animating a film. I'm making a film from scratch. So if you're interested in how animated films get made, you can come check me out. I love answering questions and deep diving on my career and all that stuff. So, yeah.
PB. Ungodliness. Where can we find you? Where can we find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/pumpkinberry, but really just come by and see me tomorrow here, 3 p.m. Table Story for an absurd dark comedy in hell.
And I'm Trooper SJP. I am going to give some love to this moment. Poseidon was super dangerous if you wanted to get into a physical fight with him. Super dangerous, like not like real dangerous. And I really appreciate that you're like, you know what? We are going to lower his guard and we're going to convince him. We're going to convince him to not. And I love that this is a system that does allow that. And I love that you all were able to coordinate your tactics in such a brilliant way to bring him to a point where he decided that, yes, this is not the Adriatic, this is not where he's from, and that he would go back to his statue to await your breaking his chains. And that was beautiful. And I loved that you all did that. I loved all of your work together. This is such a wonderful crew. And you can find me at Trooper SJP. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, you can find me at Praxagora the Smophoria, where I will be playing a bird in a Blue Rose campaign. It's a little solo game. Y'all, Next week is our final episode. Next week, it is Midsummer's Eve.
Yeah, I know.
Luxie will be here. Buttercup, the other side of the door, will be here. And the question will be, can they get the Queen of the Fae? Can they smuggle her back into the Borderlands? Do they want to? What will they do when they get there, if they get there? Can they open up the door? They don't have their steam tech. Can they do something to get that door open to get themselves through at this moment? The last episode, folks. Be there or be square.
It's a
Yeah.
very structurally
Catch me
imperfect
picking.
shape. Do not build anything based on a square. If you want to build something that can hold the pressure of maybe water, go for a triangle or something like that. That's a bigger force.
This is it. And also, thank you, Whack, for being amazing on tech. And I want to thank everybody in chat who's watching
Yes.
here live. Thank you for all the amazing comments. I love everything you've said. Your support is wonderful. Thank you, everybody who's watching on YouTube. Thank you, everybody who's listening on the podcast. And
We see you.
we see you all. Thank you. Share, like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends. Just a small tip: don't eat anything when you go to the Fey realm. Just when you go to the Borderlands, just don't eat.
Or the in-laws.
Yeah, just don't eat. That's
Yeah,
it.
just done.
Love you all.